All right. As the wise MG the Future says, El Starto Streamo.
Let's get it.
It's a small world, but it's cold outside, where nobody cares if you live or die. The angels have no tears left to cry, and that's a shame. But yo, it's cold outside. It's a small world, but it's cold outside, where nobody cares if you live or die. The angels have no tears left to cry, and that's a shame.
Hey.
But yo, it's cold outside. I'm from a corner of a block where a kid'll be harmed. The cops stop to watch, they don't sound an alarm.
Just getting set up, y'all. Give me a moment.
They ain't seen nothing. Nobody stunting. Wolves stay hunting. Tuck that chain or you will get jacked. 41st and Queens, yeah, it's been like that. Suckers will rob you for your Tyco remote control and come back for the car if you ain't got too far. The school's subpar unless you dribble down the court. Young girls knocked up, ain't got nobody for support. You may not like it, but the code on the street, a snitch gets stitched if you yap to the beat. So I keep my mouth shut, eyes open for drama. Round here, you can't get saved by your mama. Everyone's dirty, to be clean is a myth. And I'm a criminal, man, I plead the fifth.
Hey.
It's a small world, but it's cold outside, where nobody cares if you live or die. The angels have
Just getting everything set, y'all. Give me a moment.
moment.
Un momento, por favor.
Small world, but it's cold outside, where nobody cares if you live or die. The angels have no tears left to cry, and that's a shame. But yo, it's cold outside. Yeah, nobody move, but you can still get hurt. Give up your jewels, but you can still get murked. That's the life that we lead. Every day we roll out, from the west to the east to the dirty south. Damn drama seems to follow constantly. Some people love it, that don't make sense to me. I'ma live stress-free till I RIP. You want beef? Then you can stay the hell from me. Man, listen, every day is a gift until a bullet hits and you cease to exist. So now I'm on a mission just to make money flip, and these will be the lessons that I leave for my kids. Though cash rules everything around, God and family first until I'm underground. So with no more ado and without making a sound, I'll stack in silence, you stay broken loud. It's a small world, but it's cold outside.
Yeah.
Nobody cares if you live or die. The angels have
This is what I'm working on, y'all. I'm just trying to get everything set up.
But yo, it's cold outside.
I think I got that. I got the link.
It's cold outside, where nobody cares if you live or die. The angels have no tears left to cry, and that's a shame. But yo, it's cold outside. I hustle so frequently. That's the way it's gotta be. If you wanna eat, closed mouths, they don't get fed out here. So we drown our problems in weed or sip that beer. Lord, forgive us. We weren't born killers, but that all seems to change once the system get us stuck in the matrix.
There we
Cash,
go.
lies, and sex. Can't
Now
buy
let's
no
put this
whips
on
since
Twitter.
they break my check. So I'm on another grind these days. Ain't slipping on no chicken, so I stack my pay. Ain't tricking if you got it, you something to laugh at. Approaching 7 digits and I'm looking to pass that. So my cash don't flow to hoes. No expensive shoes or fancy clothes. And I'll teach the streets to flip with me, to break bread amongst the flock so we all can eat. Yeah. It's a small world, but it's cold outside, where nobody cares if you live or die. The angels have no tears left to cry, and that's a shame. But yo, it's cold outside. It's a small world, but it's cold outside, where nobody cares if you live or die. The angels have no tears left to cry, and that's a shame. But yo, it's cold outside. Yeah.
What up, everybody? Welcome to El Toxic Hustle. My name is J Tragic Jeffrey. And this is Toxic Thoughts, where I dump my brain on the internets, hoping that something I say helps you and yours and your businesses be able to survive the oncoming rush of stupidity that these politicians seem to put on our peoples. What up, Johnny? What's going on, fam? I hope everyone is well. We're going to do some... was catching up with the last video. Current, I had to do it, man. There's some crazy-ish about to go down. I think that this new hustle that because I got the email this morning, if y'all have not been in the Discord, the Musical Genius is just Discord. Shout out to MG the Future. Today, I posted some information that come in from FTX We're going to go through that today because there's a hustle in there. And I am going to walk it live with y'all. It's going to be also, these live walkthroughs are kind of something that I'm going to be doing on ToxicHustle Pro so that people can kind of see the things that we're doing in real time. And of course, we'll still give it to other people down the line or like a month out or whatever. But I do want members to be able to, once memberships go live, I do want members to have access to this so they can get things started and going for themselves up front. That's the big thing that ToxicHustle Pro is really about. How do you make money right now? Like not opinions about making money and not some um outs outdated strategies that I'm only giving to you now because it's at the end of life, which a lot of these supposed trainers do. And we're not charging thousands of freaking dollars for this. It's going to be $19.99 a month. We're doing 50% off once it goes live. Should be live soon. Like I said, I was on vacation last week, so I needed a break. But also, we're waiting on some software to finalize the back end. Finally out of the boroughs. Oh, congratulations, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny got out of New York. About time, bruh. About time. Don't get me wrong. I love New York. I do. But y'all seen Escape from New York. And like, didn't they have like the Get Out? You know what I mean? So like, Johnny, good. I'm glad you up in the Jers. We need to get you closer to the South, my bruh. You need to come back down to Georgia, man. Come back down to Georgia. The land is good down here. The land is good down here. But everyone, I hope y'all are well. Today we're gonna go over some strategies. There's some new-ish going down. But before we pop into any of that, let's just take a look at today's news. I'm gonna shoot a lot of this in real time for y'all, just because like I said, I've been out of the loop for the last couple of weeks. But there's a few things that I've been seeing in the news and some things that I was like, I want to share with y'all just as they pop up. So let's do news real fast. Let me open up news, see if anything shows up on Google. Oops, hold on. News.google.com. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Let's see if anything pops up. Pelosi expected to head to Taiwan. So now, remember Pelosi's husband? He sold off all his stocks, and now supposedly, she was warned by China not to show up there, right? They're like, yo, you step up on here, ain't nothing say we can't take your plane, bruh. So literally, she running around, but so she's expected to go to Taiwan, but she ain't said the word Taiwan in her itinerary. That shows you that how gangster China is right now. Like make a move. Go ahead, come up here if you want to. You can get took. Let's see, politics. I don't really care about that. Ukraine shipping some food that really doesn't really help long term. Now there's some stuff, y'all, that that it's kind of like next year. If y'all like beef and meat products, I would suggest you begin to look at your freezers and stock up because let's see, uh, cattle farmers selling livestock early. Something showed up on my radar. Yeah, rancher. It's kind of like farming in the desert. Farmers are 7 days ago. Farmers are forced to sell their cows as drought conditions worsen. So now, the livestock typically gets to a certain weight or selling weight, and what the farmers are doing, because hay costs way more, like these prices way too high, they need to cut it. And the farmers are like, yo man, like the water, you're telling me, California's putting we get our milk and cheese and all that stuff from Cali, right? So Cali farmers water, right? So they were told to turn off their damn, like, you are not allowed to use water, like hit water cuts, right? So farmers are hit with water cuts. So now you don't get enough water for your cattle. You're not getting enough hay for your cattle because there's drought conditions, so there's not enough hay. What up, Rayhan? What's going on, fam? So what, like, because I could told y'all before, my fiance is in the food business, so I keep an eye on certain things that are important to for her to know. And the biggest thing I told her was like, "Hey, baby, if you're gonna do something with beef, I suggest you do it now because come next year, it might be mad expensive for you to get this beef off." Or get some contracts in with the distributors so that you can lock in some beef prices. So the biggest thing when you're dealing with like recessionary times, like especially like back in 2007, 2008, um uh Johnny can attest to this. Like I was living off like rice and beans, and like we were like cooking chicken. Like we'd like cook a chicken leg, and you like strip the chicken down so that you weren't getting a whole piece of chicken. You would get some meat. You weren't getting all the meat. Like pause. But anyway, it's like that's what we were living. And it's time to kind of go back to that mind state where like, look, we've lived in a section of time that's been mad plenty. But we also got to think back, like, how did people survive the depressions? How did people survive these recessions? Like, what is the mind state for that? Yes, first you're going to see a cutback of spending, which we're going through now. But you've got another level to this game, which is like, how do you eat? Right? So, do you have a lot of dried rice? Do you have a lot of dried beans? Do you have water on deck? Some bottled water. There's also something going down. Like y'all know, if y'all living in California, y'all know y'all about to drink some wastewater in a minute. Waste water, California. That's going to be part of your municipal in a minute. So if y'all want to drink some poop water, get ready. Wastewater recycling proves a hedge against drought 2 weeks ago. Our goal is really to turn the largest discharge of treated wastewater in Southern California into an engine for groundwater replacement. So basically, people are going to be swimming in wastewater. A low pass filter on life. Yo, that's real, Rayhan. That's real. We're going low pass, no high pass. Yeah, so get ready, yo. This is not the first place that's going to be doing this, like looking at wastewater. So now I'm like, look, if you have a home, I'd be starting to look at like filtration systems. Even if you're in an apartment building, Johnny, or you're in an complex, I'd be looking at my water supply and saying, hey, if these suckers are going to be doing some weirdo stuff with my water, like what kind of filters can I put on my shower heads? Right? Because if I'm going to have to bathe in this, because guess what? You're bathing in it. So if I'm going to have to bathe in this, I want it filtered. So part of what I'm going to be doing also in Toxic Hustle Pro is some of these kind of preventative measures because like we don't know what kind of sicknesses we're dealing with, right? And the one thing that I was realizing, and this is with waste treatment, because I was thinking about how do you like could we take wastewater and kind of like put it on plants and be able to use that water, recycled water, back to water, the plants that we potentially eat. And the biggest problem that the filtration systems had was that a lot of filters that the like industrial size filters can't get rid of medication. So if these people are on some weirdo medications and it can't get filtered out, well, now you're putting it in your plants and now people consuming these weirdo things. So yeah, bruh. No, no, no. No, no, no. What's up? They already said the country's water supply is contaminated with plastics. Yeah, Mean Gene. You're absolutely right. The plasticides and also the other stuff, the stuff they can't get rid of, the PPCs in water. Oh no, plastic. Is something microplastics found in drinking water, just like what Mean Gene is talking about. So microplastics like getting into your system, they're clogging up stuff, so we could be seeing cancers exploding because these plastics are trying to be fended off by your body, and then your body is wrapping cells around them. Those cells get corrupted and now you're looking at cancerous growth. So we don't know like the weirdo ish that we're dealing with. So it's really important to think about things like reverse osmosis water filters. RE. I can't spell, y'all. Y'all know I barely got out of high school. RS. I think. Look at him. Learn how to spell. Yay, yay. Reverse osmosis is a water filtration, a purification process. See, not filtration, but purification. And that's kind of what we need to be thinking about, right? Because your body is how much percentage water? A whole lot. And that water needs to be as clean as possible for your body to function as it should without all trying to do double work, trying to fix the stuff that we're consuming. So at the base, like we're eating already a bunch of crappy food to begin with that our body has to fight through, which is why, Dr. Sebi and them we're talking about fasting and trying to eat, live foods. And then your water, our water that we're consuming is like filled with like shit, peachy dish of crap. So it's how do you get purified water out of this? And this technology is coming down in price. So I would definitely be looking at water filters for like the home, for showers, things of that nature, because what you spend on that now is cheaper than the hospital bills you got to pay later. Know what I mean? They say sell proper water filter pitcher for 100. They sell the proper water filter. I would have to, yeah, I'll have to see if it's reverse osmosis or not, Johnny. Because the thing is that it's not enough to filter your water, right? We need to purify it, like completely purify, take the impurities out of it, so that way what you're drinking isn't impure. And then we have to think about bathing. Like we don't ever think about that. We don't think about the bathing aspect of our life. Like your skin is the largest organ on your body. Like it's not anything else. That is your largest organ, and that organ every single day is when you bathe is sucking up all that damn water. So while you may not drink it and consume it, you're still bathing in it. And then not only that, y'all, something always hits me is if you go back to like I'm trying to say the word the algorithm, trying to be very selective with this. There's a gas and then there's a room, right? And like, okay, when I was in the military, we had a chamber where they would put drop fuels into a bucket, and then we had a mask, and then we would have to take the mask off, and then we would be coughing up stuff, right? So that room with the gas, well, that was used with certain things before, sort of like what we're bathing in, like fluorides and chlorines and all that stuff, right? And if you breathe these things, yes, at higher dosages, they'll kill you. But what happens when you have accumulation effect, right? So remember, when you're in your bathroom and you got that hot water going and you've got all this steam and it feels so good, please remember you're in a room chamber with gaseous stuff in it. And that over time can hurt you. So it's not just the fact that it hits your body, it's also being breathed as an aerosol into your lungs. I guess that's the best way to put this so that the algorithm doesn't ban me. Get it? All right. So that's why I say it's a twofold thing with really being prepared, because I feel like over time, these water supplies, which are already crappy, are just going to get worse. And what they're going to use to be able to offset the loss of the water is to utilize already contaminated water right back. And we're seeing that, where if you do water tests, there's more and more cities finding out how bad their water supplies are, actually like almost Flint level. So we've just got to think about that. So let's see what else is going on in the news. No. Then we can get into some trading stuff, and then I'm going to get into some dope. Oh yeah, so cattle. Not enough water, not enough feed. They're selling their cows early. So as they're selling their cows early, that means your beef prices are going to go up. because they're not even selling their cows to weight. As far as weight, weight, so their cows are not reaching maturity. They're selling smaller sized cows, which means a smaller yield of beef, which means a higher price just because of the scarcity of it. And because they're selling them now to get through this summer, it takes a long time to grow the cow again, right? So now that they're selling them early, these cows won't be here for next summer sale. They'll be trying to replenish them. So you're not, maybe next fall you'll see some cattle, but they're still going to be small, right? So this is what we're dealing with. So just get ready. The price, when they're saying inflation is going to go down, I'm telling you, because the meat is part of the equation that we're dealing with. Inflation is one of the biggest things of our, like, you need meat, you need food and water. So if your cattle is going to be smaller and they're being sold early and they're being sold underweight, you're going to be seeing high prices. It's going to be a bad time come next summer. So just get ready. By next summer, we're going to be seeing a blowout in cattle prices. Let's see what else is in the news real fast, because I just want to make sure. Biden still COVID positive. Nobody cares. Passengers fine for McMuffins found in luggage. Really, dude? I can't bring no more muffins with me, man. Oh, China. Look, I know people think that what's going on in China isn't our problem. But when you have, and let me just, tofu, dreg, D-R-E-G. When you have, I want you to understand that in China, their real estate is the main investment strategy for their people. It isn't the stock exchange like us. It isn't entrepreneurship like us, or most of the countries. There are some entrepreneurs there, but please understand they live in a system in which, when you go to school, there's when you go to school, it's let's see, China class testing. When they have to take a test, this is what it looks like when they're doing testing, y'all. All right? You've got thousands of people taking the test at the same time. Out of this, they make it so hard in some of the rural areas that they're guaranteed not to pass, right? So what you end up having is a bunch of people who can't be in the technical or the executive side to raise out of their standards, like these smaller villages. They can't get out of their standings because they're not given the same footing. Everybody's not given the same footing. So if you're closer to the capital of China, then you're going to have not to say easier test, but you're not going to have the same type of test that the children in the rural villages are getting, right? That's just the way it is. Why? They want people working in the factories. The thing is, these factories really only using robots now. So they really don't need people for that, but at the same time, they kind of need people to do something. And right now, what they do to be able to at least survive and how they get married is they're using real estate to be able to do that. So a person will buy a piece of real estate that they live in, right? Then their child is growing up. The parents will either try to help the son put some money down on a home. The son puts some money down on a home because that home or resident or real estate that they've purchased, and this is not even the son's home. This is the property that he needs to have just to even get married. Now think about it. You've got maybe a family that's now owning 2 to 3 pieces of real estate, 2 of which are just to be able to have it as a supposed asset. But what happens if your asset does nothing? Like, what happens if your asset looks like this? Who's living in that? Who's renting that? What happens if your asset isn't built yet? What if you go in here and you're looking at your thing and there's mold Like, what happens when your assets look like this? That's money wasted. So now, how, like, think about it. Imagine you bought a home, you bought a piece of real estate, you then what are you going to do with it, right? You say, okay, I have my home. I want a secondary home. I bought this secondary home. I'm going to put somebody in to rent it so I can cover my mortgages. Well, how can you do that if your building's laying on its side? You can't. So this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the fact that their real estate property or their investment in real estate is not sound. And a lot of people across the world invested on the GDP of this country making more money and be, so, and part of this was the core of their GDP was, hey, we're building, we're building, we're building, we're building. So what? You're building for it to fall down, go boom. I mean, look at this. Everywhere. So we've got to understand that this is going to trickle into our economy and has already kind of trickled in. But we've got our own damn problems with our market being way too high. It needs to cut it, which let's get into the market now, right? Because news is cool and all that stuff, but most of this is stuff you should already know that, it's just crazy out in these streets. So, first things first, this graphic, this is AI generated. This is actually, I told the AI I wanted Jay-Z rapping to an audience, and this is what it came up with. This is why I keep telling y'all, this AI generated art thing is going to be crazy, y'all. Especially when you can add your music to it and earn some royalties. We'll get into all that. Senor Jerome Powell, our Fed chair. Okay, so this guy has, of course, lied and told us, he doesn't really see a recession. And of course, Janet Yellen, who used to be the former Fed chair, who's gotten it wrong the entire time, has said, "Oh, we're not in a recession." Look, for me, the words recession means dick. It doesn't mean nothing. It didn't mean nothing to me when I was in Macon, Georgia, um, you know, trying to survive because everybody in Macon, Georgia was trying to survive. We, yes, felt a recession, but it wasn't the same as the cities, right? You still had to do work. And a lot of the work, as far as the smaller labor, like pizza delivery or food delivery, pizza delivery guys, or working at a supermarket or working in a warehouse, all these things pretty much are kind of still there, even though major things were closing down, like the tobacco companies and all that stuff. There's just transitions, especially when you're dealing with, hey, we were in this quote unquote communication age, and then we gotten into this quote unquote digital age, and then we became into this social media and social marketing age, and now we're going into the age of automation, which I talked about in my last video. Right, we're all going into this age of automation where machines make money, not people. So when it comes to that, a lot of what you're seeing is machines making money. And of course, I love my Bitcoin as much as anybody else does. But using my old chart, crypto winter is crypto winter, right? So if we go back in the past, 2016, 2017, from the last halving cycle, and then it crashed down, and then 2020 to the next halving cycle, you had a run up that we just felt, right? And what I've been telling you and telling everyone since last summer, get ready. The seasons of Bitcoin play out the way they play out. The November dip, which you see in purple here, all these lines pretty much cyclically play out, right? And I tell y'all, if you think about it as the pockets, what we're doing is we're watching pockets. BTC USD is somebody taking BTC and going to USD or fiat cash. And then this is on Coinbase. So literally you're watching the pockets on anybody that's using this platform. So what happens? January, accredited investors who are worth their grain of salt will go ahead and cash out in January. Why? Because I know I have to pay taxes. So I will cash out, and some of those will go into a Roth IRA, and I can still lock it all the way up until March. So you can lock away some profits. So they'll take some profits in January. Then you'll have March, which you'll see a dip. Well, that's because, hey, March, April, the latecomers will start doing their taxes. Then you'll have a June, July dip. Why? People cash out to go on vacations. Then you'll have a September dip, which we're about to go through, right? Right around here. September, back to school. When was crypto? Why did crypto get successful? It was the college dorms. September, you're going back to school. Laptops have to be purchased. People may take their summer cash flow that they made in crypto and take some of that to buy more laptops to mine Bitcoin or buy hardware to mine Bitcoin. Then you have November dip. Why is that important? Y'all know it's Black Friday. What do you get back then? You get electronics around that time, right? So you can get the electronics cheaper. Bitcoin miners, CPUs, GPUs, all that stuff around that time. And then you have December, November, you have basically, December, right around December, you have Christmas. And then you have your January dip again. So this is the season of Bitcoin. This is just the seasons of pockets, and I pocket watch. So I can know when's the best time I want to jump back in, like double dutch, and when's the time I need to phase my ass out and just hold off. Just like I told my future brother-in-law. Like I told him last year, he was in like that damn Shiba Inu, and I was like, hey, it was November, December. I was like, get the hell out now. Just like I told y'all December, I said, hey, I'm getting out of the market. Right back in December 12th or whatever, December 11th, December 12th, I was like, look, I'm out. I told y'all I was going to crash, right? And then sure enough, December, we started our dip right here. November dip, just like we said. Here's that little Christmas dip that I told y'all was coming. There's our January dip I told y'all was coming. And then all of these dips have pretty much played out within the 3 range, like I always told you. It's typically is now doesn't always have to hit on the 1, but sometimes it plays off on the side. It might come a little early, it might come a little later, just depending on the fear noise that's going on at the time. Right? So what do we got coming up? Boom. This dip was here. I placed it because it can typically play out within 3. It hasn't played out, but they're also propping up the market on the stock exchange. But there's still 2 more triggers for the September dip that's right around the corner. And this dip coincides to the stock exchange. So understand, in your stock markets, there's typically weakness in September. There's also weakness, according to the Bitcoin charts, which acts like a tech stock in September. So get ready, y'all. We're not done. And please look around the corner. The big daddy of them all, the November dip, which again, please understand, unless you're in a halving cycle right here, where the halving cycle starts, which was back in 2016, and then you have a run up in November rather than a dip. The only reason that happened is weirdo things happen during the halving, just like here. Weirdo things happen, halving cycle, and then you ran up. That's not all, is only in the halving cycle. Guess what? The cycle's over. When's the next one? 2024. We're on the back end of that crap now. So don't expect no November pump. No. We're about to go through the November dip, just like we did on the back end that we saw here in last November back here. So that is about to happen again. And it is the big dog. It is this most significant dip that we get. And I've told y'all, anywhere like right now, if these dips put Bitcoin back in the, say, because I told y'all it's always bouncing off purples, right? Your monthly lines are the most important lines. So we're not going to get back up here to that one. No. We're going to have to go, hold on. Let me double click. Oops, hold on, right here. Oops. No, come on, man. Stop playing, man. Get out the way, man. Come on, Cletus. Get out the way. I know what to do. Bam. Get you out the way, Cletus. There we go. Bam. All right. So we got a purple. Where's our purples? There. So there's our purple line, right? The 19,000. So this run up, when we hit the next, those September points, if we aren't down there by then, which we may not be. We may have this little pseudo summer rally bullish, right? But it's going to end up, when those come, getting back to 19, right? Where's our next bounce point? It's down here at around 13. So that means that September dip, if it puts it back to 19, that means November dip can potentially put it down to 13, right? And then we have a what? A December/January dip, which could bring it down to 11,000. If not, it goes down to 7,000. That's why I told y'all by next March, I'm looking at a September and or excuse me, a 11,000 and or a 7,000 Bitcoin. So am I buying Bitcoin right now? Hell to the no. Hell to the no. I refuse. I buy low, sell high. I don't buy high, sell low. Now, how am I playing the market? Y'all know I'm playing my shorts. Pause. Right? And the shorts have been, let me see how the bot's been doing. The bot's been pretty much not doing great, just because, this little pseudo rally took me out of pocket. Yeah, I'm out of range right now. But, I mean, look, the bot did generate a little bit of cash flow. Right now, it's not in range. It's out of range. The range is up here. It dropped out of range. I can either cash out, buy back in. I'll see where it, how I feel with the bots trading. But it fell out of range. It traded a little bit. I earned a little bit of cash on that. I can reactivate and again wait for the market to pump back up, or I can just chill out, let it just play sideways for a bit, and then let it come back into range come next in September. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll figure that out in a bit. But this is not the only robot I'm working with. As y'all know, I said some things that today about the new strategy we're getting ready to work on. So let me see. Let me look at the charts and see what the market is telling us, right? So let's go into the S&P right now, 500. So as you can see, the S&P is skating at a 0.4%. Russell's skating, really, the S&P is trying to hold its own above water. Same thing with the Russell is trying to hold above water, and the NASDAQ's already down. Y'all, there's nothing in our bank accounts. And for those of y'all that don't know, hold on, let me get economic data up. Open a new window. There we go. Get some economic data. I pocket watch not just what's going on in crypto. I pocket watch everything that's going on in the economy, our personal savings, right? This is how much we have in our bank accounts. Let's go ahead and zoom this in a little bit. Right here. All right, so this is 2007, 2008. We're about a 3.5, anywhere between a 2.9 to a 7.9 as far as what's in the bank accounts, right? And even in a recession, you can see you can have bank accounts going up or their personal savings going up. But if you've noticed, since April of 2020, we had some money. Then this is when those checks were rolling out. And you'll see the spikes when the checks went out. And then after the checks disappeared, all the money rolled out of the account. And if you look at the stock exchange, you'll see, and if we go to the weekly, that way we're not getting all this other data, the same thing pretty much played out. You have a run up in cash flow of 21, then all of a sudden it kind of teeters off towards the end of the year, and then we've just been falling ever since. That's going to happen, and that's going to continue to happen. And since they're increasing the interest rate, what we're going to see is for businesses, corporations that are taking on debt, unlike your homes that can be fixed rate, so you've locked in a price, just like your credit card is revolving, so is the debt that a business gets. So that means how much they have to now spend on that business debt increases with these percentage points. And don't let them miss payments. The same thing happens to them. So what are they going to do to guarantee that they can pay their bills so that they don't get their interest rates jacked up on them because they miss payments? Well, they'll begin to lay off people. And that's what you've been seeing the last few weeks, right? You're beginning to see these layoffs. So if we go into, boom, and I show y'all this, I do this on a regular. This is the big one. Right? Executive layoffs. Then go to news. Then go to tools. I'm on Google. Change it from recent. Just take the past week. Want to lay off workers more smoothly? There's a start off for that. So now they've got software to get rid of your employees. Warner Brothers Discovery faces first post-honeymoon earnings as layoffs, streaming decisions loom. So Warner Brothers and Discovery is laying off people. Google CEO demands better results faster as workers fear layoffs. So now what are they doing? Cracking the whip. Cha! Do my Shopify is laying off 10% of its staff. This is, you see what I'm saying? So if they're willing to get rid of their executives, which they can, because in automation, I don't need a bunch of micromanagers. In a business world of automation, I don't need that. Why? You've got things like Monday.com, right? New way of working. There's plenty of companies using this. This can be automated. And this is what nobody's really talking about. While everybody's worried about, yes, we have recession, yes, we have inflation, no one's looking at automation. That's why I'm so big on talking to y'all and warning y'all. Please understand where I'm coming from in this discussion of automation is from a guy who used to work for Citigroup Private Bank. And the first thing I did was write macros to be able to automate my job. That was back in 2003. When I came back from Georgia, which Johnny Streams can attest to, when I came back from Georgia the first time from Macon, Georgia, and I went back to New York, I got a job working for Canon USA. And my job there was web development using WordPress, as well as writing automation to automate the process of their catalogs going on the GSA catalog or the government, what's GSA again? Got the S. GSA contract. I think it's government schedule. Oh, not gas, jackass. GSA contract. I think it's the government schedule. Yeah, the GSA schedule, known as the Federal Supply Schedule and Multiple Award Schedule, is a long-term government-wide contract with commercial companies, Canon, that provide access to millions of commercial products and services at fair and reasonable prices to the government. So basically, a big price sheet that everybody bids on, and then you get these contracts. To be able to get these contracts, I had to create a PDF from their Excel spreadsheets using all the information like product images, and they didn't have a way to do that, and their IT department had nothing for them. I took 1 year and built a way to take their spreadsheet and spit out a pretty book, was what they called it. Now, what does that mean? It means when I left Canon in 2011, 2012, no, 2013, sorry. When I left in 2013, that's what I set up for them. That's what I left for them. When they contacted me a couple of years later, they were still using it. In fact, I still think they're using parts of my software now. This is when I left because I wasn't getting any raises for that shit. So that also goes into the fact that these businesses will not see your skill set as a let me invest in you to keep you type beast, because you're always expendable. And what we have to realize, especially if you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, is that there is 4 quadrants to this life. You're either an employee, which means you're reliant on somebody consistently paying you. You're self-employed, which is truly what you are. You are self-employed. At any single time, you can tell them, I quit. And at any single time, they can tell you you're fired. Hey, this thing changed in my landscape. I don't need you no more. Goodbye. right? So you're self-employed, and nobody thinks about that. They think they're employees, and that's where the biggest flaw in your fundamentals on how you can survive any recession is. Stop thinking you're an employee to somebody. Even if you work for them, you're not an employee. Why? When I was a quote unquote employee, I was still self employed. I was still buying software. I was still getting subscriptions on my own. I was still handling client work. I was still buying templates for designs for my clients. And I was writing off these things on my personal taxes. And it helped because the money I made from my job my tax burden there was reduced because I was doing things with that money to invest in my self-employed off the book or off our business. And people don't take that into consideration. Write off a room in your home. If you don't know how to do that, just get TurboTax and Quicken TurboTax Home and Business. Excuse me. TurboTax Home and Business set me up so that I could write off a room in my damn house. And nobody does that. And that's the first thing. Your job is when you have a job and you're getting a paycheck, your business for your social security number, that's what I consider a business, is your all caps name, your straw man. That business, your personal social security number, needs to be able to keep as much money as possible. If you just write off as a regular person, just standard deductions, which you can do without having anything as far as business deductions that can go off with it, you are giving money to the government. What I want to do is take that money back and put it back in my pocket. I did all this other stuff. I made all these business decisions to be able to to create another business for myself. I want those write-offs. Here's this room where I work in, and I get the square footage of my whole home. I get the square footage of the room I'm working in the most, and then I write off that freaking room. I write off my internet. I write off my electricity. Get it? So when you're dealing with the self-employed side of the quadrant, it's you being able to say, not only can I work for whoever I want when I want, but I can also, on my hours that I'm off, do a business that can help me write off where I'm currently working. Then you've got the I, which used to be investors, but now he's saying they're insiders. I think there's a Mandela effect in there somewhere. But it used to be you're investing. So you would take your money and you would invest it in other corporations or invest it in other assets that you can earn. He doesn't really like stocks that much or funds and bonds, but I like shorting them. I like swinging them. So there's money to be made there. And then the other side of that is investor, and then there's business owner, right? Business owner and investor, the B and the I, right? So the business owner is the person that starts a business, has a business, and is generating revenue for that business. And maybe you have some employees, or you have contractors that work for you, which you can 1099 if they make $600 or more. So the goal is, with what's going on in the world, these businesses have not realized people don't need to commute to a computer anymore. So why I look at layoffs is the companies realizing that they need to cut as well as optimize. And with those cuts, it's going to leave a lot of people back into this market that either in a job that is no longer necessary. So like if you're working in a warehouse right now, like my cousin is, and you're a forklift driver, please believe something's coming to take your job. Forklift. Your job isn't safe. And we're training these machines to be our replacement. What are you going to do when the system no longer needs you to work? And the reason why I'm in the Musical Geniuses Discord, the reason why I'm a musician talking about this is because the same thing Johnny and I and Ty Durden and I have had conversations for a multitude of years. They've heard me say this. and that is the gross domestic product for every country in the world will be media, music, graphics, video, really video, because nobody even wants to read anymore. They don't want to read a text. They're really not looking at pictures. And if you can see TikTok, what is TikTok? TikTok ain't showing you no damn images. TikTok is showing you videos. Instagram went video. YouTube is video. So how you scale up your media and video just means, well, now you have the same access as every other person that has a musical commodity that can be used for a visual item and can now generate residuals without the necessary need of a label. Like a label was the only way you were getting royalties, right? Well, now you can punt them sons of bitches in the swamp. How did my boy say? Fuck them against the wall with handcuffs and crazy glue on their lips. Or like Mira would say, from the back, right? But if you're looking at this right now, if you see the screen, it's this not just, you can go into the supermarket. Your teller, your checkout lines are automated. They're going to be stocking shelves with robots. Supermarket. You know, the place where like think about your teenagers. Like if you have kids getting ready to come up, and you used to say, "Oh, well, you can go out here and go work at a supermarket." I know I got that right. They've got these market robots all over now, getting ready to get in there. What happens when they have robot arms? What happens when they get, in the culinary field? My girl and I are looking at, right? So, oh yeah, I'll go work in the restaurant industry. Really? You're gonna work in the restaurant industry? Where? I got one person who can handle all this now. Oh, it's handling the burgers. So, all right. Oh, we got the fries and the basically the oiled based stuff that needs to be fried being taken care of. Okay. And then starting to handle other things inside the kitchen. Multiple companies are going to be using this robot as well as a multitude of other robots to get the job done without people. So where do you stand? How do you survive? So, since we've already talked about some charts, I already told you, I believe the market's going to do its September dip. We're going to go into the next thing I want to talk about. Excuse me. And that is ToxicHustle Pro Business Insights will be opening up to members. All right. Let's get to the crux. Let's get to it. Let's. Not yet. Not this. All right. There we go. So, ToxicHustle Pro. Part of what I'm getting ready to do, as you can see here, I am working on, this is going to be our toxic research department. All of the stuff that I'm rolling out or doing to earn cash flow, I am itemizing it here. This way you have a blueprint to redo and reset up everything that I'm doing personally for ToxicHustle on a personal level for yourself, right? So this is not something that only businesses can do. Your social security number can do any of the things that I'm doing because my social security number has been doing all of this. And this is not over with. It's not the end of life. I'm not showing you some shit that still don't work. I'm showing you something that people don't even see yet and hasn't seen yet. Why? Because the data, which we're also going to be work on in a bit, the data is proving that. ToxicHustle Pro. Let me go into the CDBaby Data. Boom. Right? So our CDBaby Data. Speaking of which, I said it in here. I'm going to show you the updated. I'm going to update this since we're already now in a new month. Let me go ahead and update. So let me log in. Give me 1 second. I'm going to log into CDBaby real fast because I knew they were going to boot me off. So let me just get my CDBaby open. And we're actually going to download the new info and we're going to put that into the system. Give me 1 second. So this way we have live data. Y'all know. Where are you? CDBaby. There we go. CDBaby Data. Log in. All right, here we go. Now, this is also how you can, if you're using Coda.io, this is basically how you can get your stuff in. I'm going to get the lifetime sales reports. And then you can see I'm doing this in real time. We're going to take the digital distribution of sales and we're going to request that report. Hello there. Thank you. Come again. All right. So we'll be holding off on that, waiting on that. It shouldn't take too long. I'll just hit the refresh. No, don't do that. Let's go up here. And let's just do this. All right. We've got it. So now we're going to download this. Give me a second. I gotta put this in a folder. Toxic Hustle. I believe it's underneath clients. I believe it's tragic. Maybe not. Hold on. Where are you? How did I do this? CDBaby. Search. Because I don't remember where I put it, man. I don't remember where I put it, man. Cancel. Go up here. Toxic Hustle. Put CDBaby. Ah, there we go. Open folder. Or can I open folder? Open folder. How do I? Oh, there. Open with. Open file location. There we go. Ah, there we go. There's my file location. Found it. Royalties. All right. So this is the new one. I haven't saved it yet. I just want to do this so I can copy it real fast. This way you can see I'm going to do this in real time. I just didn't remember where that folder was and I didn't want to show anything that might be client driven. So I'm going to paste it back in here. There's the new file that we just chose, right? That we just saved. I'm going to save it. And then what I'm going to do is there's a trick that I did with this, right? I'm going to take this and bring it to Google Sheets. So let me open Google Sheets. There we go. And I need to do it for, I think it's going to be you. Let me verify. Again, I'm doing this. There we go. All right, got it. So let me bring this over here. There we are. So what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to get that file that we downloaded. Which, where the hell did it go? Don't tell me I didn't open it. Fudge you. Hold on. There we go. Let me open file location. There we are. Okay. And let me bring this over here. All right. So now let's get Google Sheets. Boom. Let me open up this folder. Boom. With my royalties. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this file and I'm going to drag it. Actually, no, I'm not. My bad. Hold on. Let's file sheets. Going to sheets. We're going to do a blank one. Yeah, that's it. We're going to do a blank one. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. I know what I need to do. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to go back to Drive. Where's Drive? Damn, did I close it out? Damn it, man. Hold on. Because I messed this up. It's actually... that's what I messed up. Okay. I know what I did wrong. All right, check this out. This is what I messed up. Let me go over here. I need to go to Drive. There we go. Google Drive. And then I need to go to... I'm going to be in that account. I'm going to move it over in a second. I just need to open up Google Drive. Again, I don't want a bunch of client info. I just want to verify that there's no client stuff that you see. Okay. All right. There. Okay. So we're going to take Google Drive. And what I'm going to do is now I can go over here and I can drag and drop that into a folder. Let me just see what folder I want to do this in. Is this going to be in ToxicHustle Team? No. Staff, FBF, Toxic Games, Thor, Music, CDBaby Royalties. Aha! There we go. What's that fuzz? Okay, gotcha. Now, what we're going to do is you're going to take this, and instead of having it as a text, change this over to CSV. That's comma separated values. So now you've made a CSV file out of this, right? So same file that I just downloaded, I changed it to CSV. So now when I drag it in here into Google Drive, we've uploaded it now. We now have this file in here. I'm now going to open it with Google Sheets. So now what I've done is I turned it into a spreadsheet, right? I've now turned that I've turned it into a CSV, a comma separated file. I've turned that comma separated file into a spreadsheet. And now this spreadsheet, I can now take this information here, select the first real cell, not the title stuff, but just this cell right here, go down to the bottom, copy, and select the last cell by holding Shift. Depending on whatever, if you're on a Mac, I'm on a PC. Hit Control C or Option C, whatever it is for it to copy. Now what you're going to do is you'll go back in here, right? And my CDBaby data, guess what? It is what it is. Now what I did is I created this little button right here to make my life easy. And this is so I can delete every single one of my rows really fast and not have to kill myself, right? So now click that. That's now going to wipe out all the data that's inside CDBaby right now. Inside my CDBaby database that's in here. And I'm going to hit refresh just to make sure it's done that. Oh, wait. Okay, now I have no rows, see? 7,419 rows were deleted. So all of those rows that you saw that made up all the stuff that we have in our data, cancel, is done. So now if we go in here, you'll see that if we view, hold on, what are you doing? Are you telling me you didn't delete my data? Hold on. Let me make sure this stuff is deleted. Huh, hold on, let's do this again. Because for some reason, it decided not to do it. I want to make sure this database is clear. Wait, there are no rows. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do now, rather than kill myself on trying to see anything else, I'm now going to click right here, and I'm going to Control V or paste it right in there. Now, this is going to take a little bit for it to load up, but this will have all of the new data for CDBaby, and then we're going to take a look now and see exactly what it's telling us over what we saw over the last poll that I just did. All right, so there we go. Now, how do we verify that we've gotten all of the stuff that we need out of here? Let's go to the home. That's 2015. We go to the end. Oh, 7/26/2022. So this is the latest amount of data that we've gotten. So now that we know that all of our data is there, let's now look and see what the charts are telling us as far as CDBaby. Well, damn, there we go. Now, as you can see, we're starting to eat up even more of our YouTube content ID. Now, for those of you that don't know, if you're not with CDBaby, you might be working with DK. I'm not going to say their name because I don't promote them. If you are, you're not getting any YouTube royalties. And if you're not getting YouTube royalties, you're leaving money on the table, especially this content ID. It does not mean that if somebody uses your music, they're going to get a copyright strike. That would be redunculous. No, it means that if you put your music to something, this watermark gets your signature and gives you royalties. Plain and simple. No bala, no foul. Now, where's the majority of where I told you I want this to be a majority of where I make money? Why? It's passive. So what you can see is this is who's paying and who isn't paying, right? As far as who's paying, as far as CDBaby, where am I making money? And if most of these places are not where you're making money, then you probably need to look at your distributor sideways. Right now, YouTube Content ID. That's one YouTube royalty stream that's earning money. YouTube Music. That's two revenue streams from YouTube making money. CMS Publishing. That is three YouTube streams that are making money from one location. This is why I am so focused for the rest of this year and next year on this being where a majority of the music royalties will be generated from. I ain't got time for nothing else. Why? They're not giving me the royalties I need. Look at where this is this is actual literally the cash flow that's coming in, right? And this is year to date. iTunes gets a sliver, this little sliver here. Another iTunes for Apple Music, a little sliver there. Japan, Amazon is actually generating some cash flow. That's new, so we didn't have that before. iTunes, Apple Music in Europe is generating a sliver of revenue, right? iTunes Canada is generating a sliver of revenue. But you can see where the majority is coming from. Is these YouTube chunks right here, right? So this one, and this one, and then Spotify. So if you're making Spotify, great. But now look at the amount of views I make. So yeah, it makes up a decent chunk of cash flow year to date, and the quantity of views has been a sliver. Now we've gotten a bunch of views here, but you can see there's a big chunk of cash flow coming from Content ID now. Not so much from YouTube Music as far as views, but even if you're not getting that's actually interesting. Look, there's a bunch of YouTube Music coming in here, right? But look at this is how much revenue it generated, but look here as to how the views, how many views generated this much cash flow. So this tells me right here, and again, we're doing this live. What this tells me is like, hey, I might also need to be thinking about how do I increase this stake, this YouTube Music stake, to my benefit. Do I promote my YouTube Music page so that I can generate? See what I'm saying? So this is why your data is important. This is why all of your data is important. And if you're not getting your data from your distributor, or you're not getting a look, if you're not able to get your YouTube from your distributor, you're leaving money on the table. It's important that you're not leaving money on the table. Boom, 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 boom. So, and then it's crazy which which songs are generating royalty for me. Pass Me By, Tried to Play Me. This is the craziest one, The Streets Is Mine. I think it's a skateboarding thing that's going on. And then, yes, Streets Is Mine from Content ID. A majority of it's come content. It's being used in stuff. Look at that sliver of Spotify. TikTok, not non-existent. But Content ID. This is why I say Content ID is going to be your biggest money generator in a passive way that you're going to see, period. So focus on your focus, my brothers. All right, so let us, now that we've gotten the new data bits in there, yeah, it's expiring, that's all right, I already got what I needed out of that. Let us look at, okay, this is a new strategy, and I put it in the Discord, and I'm going to talk about it now. Okay, now y'all know I do my trading robots, right? If y'all don't know, I have a video in one of the videos. Let me double click this, get it over there, and let me also make a duplicate of this and drag it over right here. So in my videos, it's probably a little bit further down. Hey. Find. Hey. Here we go. Intro to crypto bots. Right? So it's about a year ago. Intro to crypto bots, I pretty much showed you the BitsGap robot, the fact that the BitsGap robot, even to this, I showed you earlier, even to today, still generates some revenue, even in this market climate, because I'm not buying Bitcoin, I'm trading the shorts, right? And I showed you here not only that, but I showed you the intro to crypto bots, but I also showed you sentiment charting. So these two right here are important for you to understand where not just crypto goes. This can be used as far as this sentiment charting can be used anywhere. So how I chart over here, this is all sentiment charting. Your purples and your blues, right? Purples are the monthly lines, where you take your monthly line and draw wherever you see bounce points, and your blues are your weekly lines, anywhere that you got bounce points. Why is this important? Because it always bounces to sentiment. It's always going to flow within the sentiment. Broke up here, came back down, bounced right here. It always does that because this is the average, the means. So because of what I've been doing and this charting, this is great as far as when I'm trading stocks, I'll go into my brokerage account and I can go in there and I can make my trades there. But there's no automated trading way for me to actually trade stocks this way. And if I was willing to do this or wanted to do this, the software that does this there's some free software, but what you have to spend to get I don't want to say high frequency trading bot, but even if you wanted a what is it called, a market maker bot, which is what I'm doing with the BitsGap bot, right? With this bot, I'm market making. I'm being a market maker, which means I take an X amount of cash flow, I put it into the system, and what the system does is that it trades. Let me actually go back in the past and it'll make it a lot easier, not based off of this. Um, oh no, I'll have to use the actual current one because you can't see the trades without it. So I'll do that. But hit this one. Okay, there we go. And then here we go. So this, right? So it being able to trade and do all this is market making. And what I tell it is I want a percentage, typically over 1%. I like 2.98%, but it adjusts to make sure I can get as many trades as possible. But anywhere over 2% is a good round place to be. And then I make these trades. If the bot falls out, I have to readjust. It used to be able to go down, pause. It used to be able to follow trade down and follow the market down, but they took away that functionality because of where we are in this crypto cycle. Since we're in a bear cycle in crypto, or crypto winter, so this is dope, and I like this. The problem with BitsGap, which I've contacted them. Actually, hold on. This is how much of an asshole I am. I'm gonna show y'all how much of an asshole I am. Go to my. So here, right? I said, BitsGap, keep playing Crypto Hopper lightly. Remember when I sent in a support message back in February telling you I needed FTX US to work with your software, and you blew it off as a future feature that your devs might add one day? Right? Well, someone effing listened to me, and that would be Crypto Hopper for the win. Right? So we now have FTX. FTX users have announced integration with world-class automated trading bot Crypto Hopper. Crypto Hopper has blah, 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 more on clouds, blah, 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 as of July 4th, blah, 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 blah. Right? So now, why is this important? Because this morning, I get an email from FTX US telling me that now trade your favorite stocks, hundreds of stocks. I can't remember what that acronym is for. Fully transparent execution, same FTX interface. Diversifying your portfolio just got a whole lot easier. Stocks are now live from Amazon to Tesla. Your FTX US account gives you access to hundreds of US common stocks and ETFs. Now, y'all, I don't know if you understand what I just told you. How much is a stock trading robot? I haven't even looked this up. We're going to do this together. This is live. We're in live research. Live. Best automated stock trading robot. All right, we're going to do this because I want to lock it. What I'm doing is I'm putting quotes around the text. What that does is it forces Google to give you the exact match of what you're looking for. I don't really care about crypto right now. I just want to find stock trading robots. Here we go. Stock trading bots in 2022. So you've got $39 per year. That's interesting. And it's got some reviews. All right. Build Alpha. All right. There you go. $1,500 for a one-time payment. Right. This is $50 a month. Never even heard of it. Pluto. There's price seemingly free. MetaTrader is something you can use. I've seen this before, but there's a lot of work you got to do to get this working the way you want. $97, supposedly a one-time. I don't know what the hell that is. Right. Meta stock I've heard before, but I think that is also how much is boom 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 boom. Meta stock pricing guide, right? There you go. Meta stock. Starting software, market data package, whatever. You got to have a data package, and this is going to cost you money. So it's like there's a lot of it's not clean for how you can trade stocks in an automated way. Right? So that is the reason why for me, for a long time, I stopped being in the market because I wanted to automate the process, but to do it is really clunky and not refined enough for it to get done. So when you've got a company, where is it? That's basically telling you, and let me open the announcement, that, you're going to be able to interconnect with this to be able to trade actual stocks. That's dope. So now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to log in and we're going to see just if we can get this thing actually running and what we actually see. Now, let me move this over here so I can, log in. So give me a moment. Remember me. And let's, wait, okay, there we go. Da-da-da-da. Profile. All right. All right. Hold on one second, y'all. They're making me do some ish I need to do real fast. Let me do that real fast. Okay, there we go. And let me look at this. All right. And all right, I've got it open, but I've got to put I can't show APIs in ish. So let me get my API and see if whether or not my APIs will work. So give me a second. I'm trying to set up FTX and I will show my screen again. I'll play something. Let me see. Where's me and Johnny right here. All right, one second.
When I think about my life, understand I was strife. Knowing I'm living wrong, but I ain't caring, I. So I'm saying tonight, I'm cleaning out my closet, steadily evolving. I'm no longer robbing, please. Understand that this is growth for me. R.I.P. to the nigga I'm supposed to be. Sick of struggle.
All right, where are we?
I'm
trying to flip my APIs, man. Where's my APIs? Oh, no.
Sick of acting cool when I can't maintain. Navigate in all these hustles in my brain. A part of me's a mogul with a longing to be plain. Trying hard to change, but each day I stress. Cause my soul wanna be my breath. And my friends say there's a change in me. I'm trash, bitch. Who the fuck am I supposed to be? Today you'll be a friend and tomorrow a stranger. I'm telling you don't trip because I go for changes. The minute I smile, then I flip to anger. I'm telling you don't trip because I go for changes. You know, a nigga go for changes. You know, a nigga go for changes. You know, but why does I have to say that? Cause every day is different and I go for changes.
They got me flashing back to the days I was younger. My life in transition, this shit did enough. Some friends that stay close, some friends that turn foes. Some women, truth be told, just some everyday clothes. I've
Oh, okay. Let's go. Where are you? I am getting my APIs in now. I just found it, so I'm going to try to get it set for FTX. One more. Un momento, por favor. Stranger, telling you don't trip because of gold changes. Minute I smile, then I flip to anger. Telling you don't trip because of gold changes. You know, a nigga go for changes. You know, a nigga go for changes. You know, but why the sad to say that? 'Cause every day is different and I go for changes. So if you're not a friend, you're a all right, I'm going to show you some of the screens, but before I put in my stuff. So basically what I've done is I don't have anything Crypto Hopper because I kind of shut it off. Market Maker Advance. I'll have to subscribe now. You need a subscription to use this bot. You need a subscription to use this bot. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and buy a subscription, y'all. Just so I can get y'all to see what I see. And evidently, I have to buy a subscription to use it. That's fine. I'm going to subscribe now. It's all right. It's all right. I will do that. It's all right. Let me go ahead and pay for this real fast, y'all. And then this way we can check it out together. Like I said, we're gonna do this real. We're gonna do this live. We're gonna do this live. While I'm waiting, we'll just keep listening to the song. Hold on, did you hear what that boy said? Hold on. Hold on. This is what that boy said. This is what that boy said. So if you're not a friend, you're a distraction. I'm on my hustle with goals past the rap and assets for stacking. Goals past the rapping. Assets for stacking. Come on now. Goals that I set for my life keep me attacking. Never conform to a life with no passion. I gotta push to my limits and then smash them. Every day is a mission, living beyond conditions. So pray I get to heaven and hoping that I can get in. And will I fit in, knowing the way I'm living, a dangerous mind. And with these women I've been sinning, I've got regret. All right, let's see. Now I have purchased, as you can see, I have purchased access. Auto trading back. I already did, no? Let's create a market maker. All right, this is going to be FTX US, right? Because that's what we want. FTX US. Cooldown period. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what that means. We're just going to just see if we can get it working. I ain't worrying about that shit right now, right? Okay, save that. Please enter all the fields. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Come again. Hold on. I got to put this over here. We're going to do paper trading. No, we're going to do exchange. And we're going to do FTX US. Yep. Okay. 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 Look at you, boy. Look at you, boy. Hold on there, boy. Hold on there, boy. I think I see you. 1 second, y'all. I'm putting in my information. Uh-huh. And you. Uh-huh. And then market and pricing. All right. Let's bring it in. All right. So I've got the exchange set up. Hey. Hold on. Let me make sure this is neutral, minimum, order sequence, exchange, save. All fields are required. What am I missing? Oh, strategy. Okay. Market strategies, user strategies. I don't know. We'll say market maker. I guess I'd have to do something with strategies to get that in there. Market trend. Do. Oh, buy amount. Ah. Let's see. Uh, 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 uh. uh, uh. All right. I'm just hold on. I'm gonna bring the windows over here because you don't really see anything anyway. So I am just looking at the buy amount which the market orders will be placed. The buy amount, the sell amount, percentage. Mm, mm, mm. So it's going to be basically BTC odd, BTC, USD. All right, so USD, you've got Aave and all these things. Link, Matic, Pax. These are all cryptos. Then you have USDT, Tether, with these are all cryptos. Huh. I don't see any of the stock stuff yet. Huh. I don't see any stock stuff yet, y'all. So I might be mad early then. It might be too early. Damn. I was jumping on this early, y'all. I was ready. I was like trying to find out what stocks they had. Oh, that sucks. Well, let's log into FTX at least to see what we got access to. Give me a second. Because it's not in the system yet. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, ow, ow, ow. So, yeah. This is what we got so far then. I don't have access to do these quite yet, but we can see what we've got, right? So we've got Tesla, Amazon, and Apple, Nvidia, AMD, Google, Berkshire Hathaway, Qualcomm, Ford. All right. Adobe. Definitely want to do some Adobe trading. Verizon, PayPal. Okay. These are some things I'll buy. Definitely buy some PayPal when it snistles down some more. Boeing, I don't really care about. That's a good if you think you're going to war, that's a good play for the industrial complex. Let's check out the ETFs. The ETFs, you got the SPY ETF and you got the QQQ. That's interesting. All right, we got the Russell 2000. Okay. Okay. You got the TLT, that's a 20-year yield. All right. All right. I'm actually been learning about this. So that means that could be traded. That's pretty dope. Dope. You got you've got the the witch with Ark. Okay, Kathy Woods the witch for Ark. Ark Investments. I want to short the hell out of that. I would love if they had shorts, man. But they don't. There's no shorts. That would be so dope if we had shorts. Let me see if hold on, I can check. Um, where is my trading? My shorts are down here, right? So the SQQQ, the TZA. SQQQ? Nope, we only have the QQQ, right? Invesco NASDAQ 100 and the Invesco Trust Series QQQ. So yeah, and then TZA is the Russell 2000 inverse, and that's not there either because my Russell 2000 that I actually watch is the RTY, right? And that's not here. I thought I just saw a Russell 2000. Yeah, it's right here. You can't even search by name, man. So IWM is the Russell. Interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, y'all, this is gonna be interesting. But I wanted y'all to. What up, RTP? Peace to the chat. So yeah, so FTX has their equities. They now have ETFs. Those are going to be bull ETFs, or basically thinking that the market's going up ETFs. Y'all know I like inversing ETFs because I believe the market's pretty much on a fall down. So I really don't want to catch a falling knife. I'd rather have something on the back end to catch those things. But still, once this can hook into Crypto Hopper and we can actually see this stuff here, that's going to be extremely dope. Like once we can actually trade those instead of just crypto, and these will be tradable via the robots, I think that's going to begin to like change the game. I think this is game changing because again, it doesn't cost that much money. You're looking at $99 a month with Crypto Hopper to pretty much trade. So I will be working on learning Crypto Hopper now that I know that they're pretty much the closest to getting this thing popping off. I believe that they have KuCoin in here. I have to look at that. But again, y'all, this is dope that this company allows you to do FTX US trades. FTX US this today has released the fact that stocks are tradable, which means in the coming weeks, if not the coming months, you're going to be able to see this bot potentially controlling this. And this is why I put my message out to on Twitter, basically warning BitsGap they need to step their game up because they're about to get left behind in the dust. But this one is a lot more complicated to use. Like I really didn't, it wasn't intuitive for me to figure out. But now that I know what's coming, I will sit down and I will make a blueprint and a plan on this and I'll pop it into ToxicHustle. So we will have some type of strategy that's repeatable on this platform. I want to make sure it makes money at least a month or so. So I will be releasing the results once I launch it, and I'll also release the steps for setting up and all that stuff. So just get ready, y'all. I think that this is going to be huge, huge, as the Orange Man would say. So why is this strategy game changing? Because like I told you, the fact that now you can trade, if we're able to automatically trade stocks, you're in the same line with all the other automated trading systems out there. And we're doing it for a lot cheaper, which means this now puts this in your hands, right? And then remember, subscriptions you can write off. So even if you pay for a subscription, you can, take that and write it the hell off because this is part of your business growth. So definitely, definitely, definitely gonna be dope. So this was the live strategy that I want to show you. Let's talk some music business. I updated the CDBaby live already, so you saw the live data. The music landmine. All right, so now I kind of jumped around, but we did the FTX US. I'm gonna dig deeper into this in a bit. Musical landmine theory and what it means. Okay. Let me get I don't need this anymore. Let me open up my browser again and I'll use this one and I'll create a new one. Okay. Landmine theory. Now, what I musical landmine theory, because our team loves theories, right? That's pretty much what we do. We're always coming like Thor, excuse me. Ty came up with Fight Club theory. Basically, you determine your level of involvement. How you run your business should not be relied on somebody else. Um, like you have to make somebody do what you need to do them to do. No, it's you determine your level of involvement. If you're not willing to do the next steps on your own to justify your own existence, then pretty much the system moves on without you. Landmine theory was something I came up back in MySpace era, which was, hey, I was making MySpace layouts. Those MySpace layouts went to a website. On that website, I had my music, and it was a landmine that, as long as these layouts were going out, so you could make any type of layout we wanted that was trending. So, like when Obama was getting ready to come up, we did like a Obama layout this is before he became president. And then we would do like layouts for like if somebody passed, we do a rest in peace layout, or if somebody was dope, we and their album had just come out, we do a layout for that. And what happened was, as we created these layouts, more and more people would download, put it on there, more and more links would show up and show up on MySpace, boosting our SEO, getting us more visibility, getting more people on the page, and then the music player would be on the page, show and basically increasing our because you could embed your MySpace player someplace else. We could increase our MySpace plays, having a randomizer rotate the which player was there. So either mine or Johnny's or Ty's or GBC. And then we would just rotate that out. So we would increase our MySpace plays, but at the same time, not doing it in an automated way, because now anybody that went to the web page, you're locking in a new IP. So it's just our way of landmining, getting plays and views to our music and having links where people could go to. So that was the original, because there was no way to make money with music. With the CDBaby strategy that I showed y'all, and the fact that CDBaby gets you royalties. Oh, where are you? Where are you? There you are. And scroll back up. Since CDBaby is giving all these royalties right here, so YouTube and Spotify, right? Spotify is dope, but Spotify doesn't really have something free, right? Spotify, yes, they have yes, somebody can download and install, but how many people are really like using Spotify like that? Or are they using Pandora? Or are they doing something else, right? My thing was, I want as much passive cash flow as possible. So with CDBaby, the fact that we can get YouTube streams, and those YouTube streams are based off of your signature of your sound. So basically your digital copyright. You're already now digitally copyrighted. So now, well, not copyright as far as, again, because I don't want to, semantics. When I say copyright for me is the money that my intellectual property make go into my pocket, right? Because copyrights mean jack. Like you can copyright or patent something and never build anything, or you copyrighted your album but it makes no money. Yeah, okay, so you copyrighted it. Now you own it. Yeah, you, but you make no money from it. So yeah, all right, whatever. My thing is that if I have an intellectual property asset, my music, and my music can now be used anywhere because of this content ID, that it generates cash flow. Well, now I can use this in my landmine theory as a strategy. What does that mean? What is my landmine theory? In right now, if you go to say Vietnam, there are certain fields that still have landmines in them, and if you're not careful, they will blow your foot off or blow your body up, right? So there's still landmines underground waiting for somebody to unbeknowingly step on them and trigger them off. And what I do with music now, because that I have CDBaby giving me this watermark, is now I can put my music into any video asset and have that play. That's no different than you being on television. What I told everybody, especially Johnny and Ty has heard this, I told them years ago, I said, look, Facebook and YouTube are about to be HBO, um, HBO and no, I said Netflix and Hulu are about to be HBO and Showtime, which that was when they started buying before they started purchasing content. And then I said YouTube is actually going to be ABC, NBC, CBS, and Facebook will do it too. And then Facebook, you saw the round table, right, with Jada Pickett and them. Again, a a, a television show, a talk show, no different than ABC, CBS, NBC, right? And then you have YouTube that has all these content personalities doing their streaming, having their shows, basically ABC, NBC, CBS. Now, my thing is, if my music can now be used on this platform, boom, at any given time, I'm going to trigger a royalty. If I put it behind any asset that I want, that's a video asset, my music plays. I tell y'all all the time, I want you to go turn on your television. I want you to put it on mute. How jiggy is that? How G is that, right? Nothing. You see a picture, but turn it back on. Do you not hear music? Okay, that's called utility. That is all the record labels we all hate because we don't even love to hate them. We just hate to deal with them, right? All of these labels, that's all you get is that they get you utility. But there's one big problem. The problem is that that utility comes at you not getting even not even 10% of your royalties. So now again, if we look at royalties as 100% of a pie, right? You're not even getting 30% of the pie, especially if you got an advance. And as we all know, there's no what do they call it? They're no longer doing oh God, what is it called? Where they artist development. There's no more artist development. Businesses are not spending money in music to be able to develop an artist anymore. They want you done. Well, if you want me done, great. I'm going to go all the way to the point that I'm making my royalties. And if I talk to you, we're talking earnings. Hey, my catalog already makes dot, 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 dot. What are you doing for me? Hey, my catalog is already doing dot, 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 and it's already generating this much in cash flow. And I'm increasing that cash flow on a quarter basis like this. What can you do for me? You're having a different conversation. Now, why is this important? Why is this landmine theory important? And I did the math in the Discord. Let me go back to Discord. And let me scroll up, as I'm pretty sure it's not too far. Here we go. So again, this is for me simple math because again, I didn't graduate high school. For those of you that don't see, I said uh, uh, um, here's my math. Please remember, I barely got out of high school, class clown. So I choose an instrumental, producers. I'm earning stream royalties on YouTube with. So again, this is talking about this segment right here of the YouTube content ID is the watermarked material being on YouTube. So I target one streamer that streams at a minimum 3 times a week and gets about 1,000 streams per video. One streamer, 1,000 views times 3 videos a week. That's 3,000 potential streams a week. You multiply that times 4 weeks, you get 12,000 potential streams a month. You multiply that by a full year, you got the God number, 144,000 potential streams a year. So think about that. If you're doing this and you're just, and again, we're talking scale. I'm always looking at scalability, and scalability is at 1,000. So I'm pushing what I will be pushing for those numbers. Now that's 144,000 potential music streams a year. What if I find 10 streamers? Now I'm targeting them. 10 streamers that can do the same thing. Well, now you're looking at 30,000 potential streams a week, 120,000 potential streams a month, 1,440,000 potential music streams a year. What if I find 100 streamers? We're looking at 300,000 a week, 1 million a month, 1.2 million a month, and 14.4 million a year. Now, yes, these numbers are redunculous, but I want you to see what happens if you think differently and those numbers don't look like you're struggling to find and hustle and find and hustle. What if I take this landmine theory, spreading my music all over the place in a niche market and having my music play on the back end? Go to Google. There's your popular anime right there. Why can't I make clips from all of this right here? Why can't I put my music behind all of this right here? 3 billion results for over 3 billion results just for anime alone. How much can you do with that alone? And as I was telling Johnny, I was like, I like anime. So now I could just make an anime channel, make some dope clips with those, and I can put my music behind it. Right? And then, kaboom, royalties. Because the content ID is generating my residuals passively. I ain't got to fight to get, as a rapper, please, all rappers who are listening to this, please take no offense to what I'm about to say. Because I'm an MC my damn self. So as a producer, I don't need a rapper on my track. I can do this without them. Now, as a rapper, I can now do the same thing with my music, and I don't need, quote unquote, a producer to help me be fly. So either way, as a producer and or as an MC, both ends of this equation really don't need each other to begin to earn cash flow. Now, yes, working together will, of course, always be stronger than working apart. But now, at least on the core, you don't have a manager, you don't have a label, you don't have an executive producer, you don't have this person, that person, this person, all in your royalties before you saw the first dime. I don't have a label deal. This number isn't big. I haven't started marketing yet. I wanted to spend time making sure this was going to be feasible and wanted to see where the numbers were coming from. And over the last few months, as y'all been seeing in the Discord, I've been saying, oh shit, I think that this content ID is a ticking time bomb that nobody sees yet. So again, if you're on DK and they don't pay you no royalties, you know, the place with the kid in it, if you're over there and they say, this all you can eat, you can upload all these songs, you're losing money. See, it comes at a cost. Because now if you want YouTube royalties, you're paying for every single song. That's dumb. Dumb. Why am I going to spend more money? Why are you keeping me from making money? Nah, screw that. As Mero says, from the back. It's time to get your royalties straight. And you don't need a label. I'm not going to be nobody's. The Toxic Hustle is nobody's label. We are a music company. We are a research and research development company disguised as a music company / media business. Our first priority is the research of how the company actually earns money. That's what we spend time on, is the feasibility for media to earn profitability for content creators at the content creator level. Like, I'm not supposed to be making your money. You're supposed to be making your money. What I'm supposed to do is what's going to be the new, I guess, not even say, I guess you can look at closer to what Jay-Z does with Rock Nation, where we spawn, where we're not like, well, he's doing management. I really don't want to manage anyone because hell, I can barely manage my own stage names, the production and the rapping side. But we can take content now. If you're doing the same strategy we're doing, we can now take your content and then we can utilize it in whatever we're doing in an automated way and or strategic way, and you can still earn royalties, which is part of what the pro plan will get in time as we validate how much cash flow can come from the strategy. But meantime, between time, I'm just telling you it off rip, and you didn't even pay for no damn Toxic Hustle Pro. Because I mean, yo, go make your money. Like, go get your money, little duffel bag boy. I'm not here to stop you from it. I'm not charging you a grip. I'm not charging you shite right now. I'm just telling you, hey, go get it. The stuff that we'll be charging for is like, hey, if you want the blueprint, like down to, hey, here's the screenshots of how you make this happen, and here's some new shit we're doing right now, and you know, while we're in R&D, you'll get to see it. That's it. You get to see it in R&D, and then if we decide to release it out to people, it might be 90 days to 6 months before it actually goes out to the public. So that means you just have an insight to something that people didn't see beforehand. But meantime, between time, all of this crap you can do now. And why not? Kaboom. So what you can do is take anime, or if you're into business, right? Let's go to YouTube real fast. And let's say I'm into right? I'm into conspiracy theories. I can sit there and see who has the most, like who has some views, like that's my thing, right? Or if we say like what's his name? Hold on, it's in the 3 a.m. room. Oh no. Don't. Where is it? I know I put a video out. Especially for y'all that are in the Musical Geniuses Discord. Where is he? Because I know I can't remember his name. Like things like Dick Gregory. You can take clips from Dick Gregory and make and put your music behind it. Like this person, Home Team History, right? Here, this guy, John Levy. Like this guy. Couldn't you now take, like we talk about like the mud floods and all that other stuff? Couldn't you take clips from all of these damn videos? Like little pieces of like this video, post a link back to them saying, you know, like where you got it from, and then put your music behind it. Now, of course, this is not, you know, it'll be niche, mad niche, but hell, you could even do right video game streaming. Yep, John Levy. Right? So you can find like these streamers. Like, all right, so like take a specific game in general, right? Let's say what's a hot game right now? Top PS5 game, right? Let's see. Best games to play right now, July 14th. So now let's see which Demon Souls, right? Okay, that's 15. Let's go all the way to number 1. Screw all this. I don't need all that. Ratchet and Crank, Deathloop, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Horizon Forbidden West. Okay, so let's say this, Horizon Forbidden West, right? And let's go here and then say right? So now I've got that. Then you go to filters, and then what you're going to do is you're going to sort by view count. And now what you have is the people that's gotten the most amount of views for the game. Now you can find reviews or clips or whatever, gameplay, walkthrough, like this guy, game clips, Hollow, Gamers Little Playgrounds, another place. This is a place that I used to watch. I watch a lot of cutscenes from. So like you can sit there and take pieces of the cutscenes, post a link back to this guy, and then put your music on the background. But now you get the keywords. You can put his name, which will lock you into more keywords. And then you can see he's gotten, and this has been 5 months, over 465,000 views. What I'm showing you is how you begin to put landmines of your music that don't need a rapper to get you the visibility, because keywords don't care about me as an independent rapper who has no name. And these titles last, you can see that's 5 months. A person playing the game could play a game for a month. Or it could be a dope ass game and they're playing for a long time. So I just showed you like how you can create your landmines. Another thing that you can do, another hustle, is that you can say, let's say play, if you're dealing with crypto, right? If you're dealing with crypto, you can find these play to earn games. Not this one, because but like Gods Unchained, Splinterlands. Now you can go into their Discords and post your links to their games in the Discord. Now you have another niche. Now you get paid via your music, as well as you're in the cusp of a new. So like, let's just say the sandbox, right? So boom, we take the sandbox. Again, go back to YouTube. We do the same thing. View count. And there you go, 8 months ago. But since it's brand new, or since it has some older stuff, maybe I'll only go for the last month. And now I've got 2,000. What did I tell you about 1,000 views per video, right? There you go. Who is it? Sandbox Games. Do they have a Discord? Yes. Could I now take clips of these, put my music to it, post it in the Discord on there, and get extra views for stuff? Yes. I'm showing you how you get utility, y'all. And that, at the end of the day, is the only thing that the labels or people that are managing your catalog is supposed to do. And just like every economist, every investor is telling you to be your own bank, be your own federal bank, be your own Federal Reserve, I'm telling you, be your own music label, be your own distributor by using CDBaby, because they distribute for you and you ain't got to do shit else. And now that you have the access for your music, the watermark for your music to earn money through YouTube, well, now you can take any of these places, add your any of these items, any of these games. You can target any of these people that are doing any of these videos, take clips of it, piece things together with your music as the soundtrack, have it play, and get the SEO results through YouTube. There are the two largest search engines on the planet are owned by the same company. Google and YouTube are the largest search engines in the planet. People don't realize YouTube is a search engine. How to, whatever. That's how I learned. You put the word how to use Photoshop, how to use Dreamweaver, how to build a website, how to use Unreal. if you're into like things like Unreal Engine 5, right? The new thing that just came out. Even if you weren't in Unreal yourself, couldn't you now find any of the content from any of these places and then put that behind music and make money behind that? We have to get utility for our own assets. And your music, which has always been an asset, it just hasn't been an asset for you. Look how many people who have signed to a music label deal that don't even actually earn their revenue. Like, isn't that what Khalees was complaining about? Wasn't she just talking about that because she's like Beyonce had a quote unquote collaboration, but he had executive rights on her album, writing rights on her album, and didn't write a damn thing. And he is still getting paid off of her merchandise. Don't get me wrong, he made a dope beat, but shite, man. The woman still ain't getting her full royalty rates. Also, she didn't understand about the business. She got a loan and she didn't recoup it. This is the game that has been played with our intellectual property for years. And what shook them to their core was Napster. The fact that it wasn't it was about royalty copyrights. Yes, we're now being able to download music and stream music and share music. The fact that we were sharing music so rampantly scared the hell out of them and destroyed them. But now, okay, yeah, the same people that made Napster made Spotify. And Spotify fixes some of the issues, but Spotify ain't profitable. Typing in Spotify profitability. Revenues grew. Okay, Spotify finally profitable in 2022, but there's a catch. Spotify still not convinced about its profitability. Net loss besides a steady growth 3 days ago. Here we go. Net loss. So even 3 days ago, they have a net loss despite a steady subscriber growth because they have to pay for all the royalties and the copyrights, and they don't have a good advertising model to balance it out. Well, guess who does? The person that's been focused on advertising the entire time. YouTube, i.e. Google. This is why I told you I follow the money. In all recessions, always follow the money. At the time of the last major recession, 2007, 2008, I was on MySpace. I followed the money to MySpace. I was making money there because a bunch of companies were beginning to pay for advertising, were putting their profiles up there and doing all this stuff, right? So a lot of cash flow was flowing into it. Now, of course, there was Facebook, but at the time they weren't doing any ads and they were only really dealing with anybody that had an EDU, email address, or basically in college or school. Now, nobody even really wants to mess with Facebook. And yeah, there's Instagram, but they're shaky because of TikTok. And as you can see from the royalties, here's TikTok as far as how much views I get from TikTok, right? But where is TikTok where I actually get royalties? Where's my revenue for TikTok? Non-existent. Pennies on the dollar. So while I'm getting a shite load of views, that don't equal no money, no sense. This is why before I go cranking out, I wanted to see where I was going to spend my time, spend my focus. This is my focus. A watermarked music material can be used on any video bearing asset. I can put that into Premiere, clip some stuff together, put my music behind it, and post it the hell on out. I make a channel specific. Like I'll make an anime channel just for that. I'll make a video game channel just for that. Guess what? I already have. And now I'll utilize all my content on those channels. How is that different from you? It's not. As I showed you yesterday, YouTube has over $11.99 for a premium membership. That is more expensive than Disney Plus. So basically, YouTube is competing with Disney Plus. I don't have Disney Plus. I have a YouTube premium account, and their premium subscription accounts, because if you don't want to deal with the ads, I don't deal with ads no more. I can't tell you how much of a blessing that is when you're watching a MG the Future video that's 3 hours long, or my videos that are 3 hours long, and you got to deal with ads every 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm telling you, as more and more people see the benefit of being able to utilize, a lot of people use YouTube for how-to videos. The second largest search, YouTube. All I did was said second largest search engine. Boom, YouTube. The second largest search engine in the world is actually YouTube, owned by Google. So when I tell you some of this stuff, I have like a lot of miscellaneous shit in my head. It's just the way my brain works. And then they come back to the surface when it's necessary for me to do business. If they're necessary. If not, they get deleted. So if I've got the second largest search engine in the world, and the first largest just results the stuff from the second largest. So if I search for something on, let's say if I search for, oh shit, hold on. There we go. Amazon, Facebook, Tragic, Instagram. I gotta work on my YouTube. That's my own part. There we go. It may not be at the top yet, but if any major search, like if you do, let's say, let's do anime again. Like my teacher told me, look at what Google tells you. Wikipedia, news networks, you've got news, and somewhere on this first page of Google is going to be videos. That is the goal, is to get visibility to your assets. Well, here you go. And then all you got to do, another hack you can do if you're like, oh, I don't know what I want to look at. Okay, good. We'll go to Google Trends, right? This is a search engine trick, an SEO trick. You go to Google Trends. Google Trends is their friend to the end. Okay, what is important right now? Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian. Nah. Football's getting ready to come back. American football. So now if you're into sports or you have a specific team, couldn't you make a sports channel and take clips from things that are in the sports channel and make them put your music behind them? Got UFC with 500,000 searches. So if you're into UFC, couldn't you make a UFC channel and put your music behind clips of the matches that are going on? If you're into wrestling, evidently Ric Flair just had his last match. Couldn't you put clips of that together with your music behind it, and right? And if you want to do specific, let's say if I am into anime and I don't know what I want to or what's hot in anime right now. One, let's say I put in the word anime, what does it show you? What countries, not countries, excuse me, what states have the most interest by their subregion? So Hawaii, which makes sense. A lot of Japanese nationals there. California, same. That's a Alaska. Sorry, that's not Hawaii. There we go. There's Hawaii. Right? So you've got Hawaii, you've got Alaska, and you got Nevada, which where Nevada is where the conferences are, right? Then you've got Texas. Not sure why Texas is big like for that, but hey, Texas might have conferences. I don't know. Then related, you got Spy X Family. So there you go. Now you got My Dress Up Darling, Spy X Family, Belle. There's an Anime Expo. There we go. So you can even take clips from like an Anime Expo and piece together for your music. Anime Expo 2022. Where was that? Was that in Texas or something? San Diego Comic Con. San Diego. So it was in California. And that's what you can do. So let's say I told you that football was going to be big, right? We saw that, right? Football. So then I go, you can see that it's trending up. And then what do we got? Montana, Auburn. So you got college football. So if you're in a college sports, could you not create a college sports team and be able to put, see what I'm saying? Let's put NFL because that's really what we mean by football. And then you have brackets. So you're going to have, no, that's not, yeah, football, NFL, drafts, 22 NFL draft order. So, yeah. Again, that is the musical landmine theory. Take as many items as you can, your music, your catalog, and add them to some type of video content, giving you utility. Place those on YouTube, the second largest search engine in the world. And because CDBaby gives you royalties for YouTube Content ID, which is basically your watermark signature, you get paid passively for people hearing it, period. They don't even have to know your freaking name. It doesn't matter. But put it in the description, put links to your stuff, copy and paste it, right? Have like what you want, your name and everything, your links, copy and paste that in your description. Make sure the first link that shows up is a link going straight to wherever you want it to be. Which could be another web, could be your web page, and on your web page, embed your YouTube videos on your web page so you get extra plays. That'll give you your YouTube CMS publishing. I gotta change that because this is actually content ID. This is publishing. I want the same color. I'm gonna have to change that out. But yeah. So that is, I'm in the whatever randomly my ADD seems to do. If y'all got any questions or you want me to go through something, this is your time to ask anything or want me to search on something or want me to expound on something. This is your opportunity for me to help you. Help me help you. What kind of content do you want from me? What do you want to see right now? What kind of hustle you want me to look out and flesh out right now? Go ahead and hit me up right now in the chat. Let me know what you want to see, what you want me to pontificate on, and I will walk through it. We're gonna go real live right now. Hit it. Oh, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe and share and all that other stuff. What you got? What you got? Hey. Meantime, let me go back to the cash lane room and go to the bottom. Bow. Hey. What up? I can show you some sheesh too while we at it. I can show you some sheesh. I can show you some sheesh. Let me see. Let me show you the AI. There's some stuff I've been doing with it. Bubble went down on me. What do you mean, Sahu? I'm actually not using Bubble right now. Real talk. I have not announced it yet. I did not like the UI. And I built ToxicHustle on Webflow. And it was literally because of the designer. I was trying to put an image, and I was trying to make that image be I was trying to just add an image, and I wanted the image to just be in there, and it kept skewing my image, and I was trying to fix it, and I spent like a half a day trying to fix it, and like my girl's like, "You're making another damn change," and I'm like, "Babe, if I can't add an image and the image just look like when I'm dealing with my clients, right, and my clients have a logo, if that logo isn't perfect, like it's skewed just a little bit, I'll hear it. And if I can't fix it in a fast manner and it's like not intuitive for me to fix it, like it was annoying me. So I was like, screw this. This is a big problem for me. And if I can't even add an image, like I couldn't even this is the screen. This was it. I wanted to have this screen, put this image and have some text. That's all I wanted to do. And this was a half a day problem. Half a freaking day problem, Sahu. And I was like, yo, y'all are killing me. So I was like, okay, I like Webflow, but then I was, and Webflow is dope. Like you have your containers, right? So like this is a container, and in that container, I can have a grid, and that grid can connect to their CMS collection. So like tutorials are in my collection, sections and blog posts, right? So I can have blog posts and all that other stuff. And then here, underneath it all, oh, you got e-commerce, right? So now the dope thing with what I was seeing with Webflow was, of course, the e-commerce. Now, my problem and why I wanted to use Bubble was I wanted to, of course, create the membership side of things. But again, if I can't get the images right and you're giving me all this hard time and the templates were clunky and it was ugly and I was just getting annoyed. So if as long as you set up, hold on, let me go back to the homepage real quick because I want to show you something. As long as you set up your a page, you have to pay for an account. It's a pain in the ass, but I paid for an account, and that way I could put my domain on it. Because I did that, and this is a little thing. If you go to Webflow, I have to put pricing because it's going to automatically want to log me in, and I want to go to the pricing page. So basically, you have to pay 2 plans, right? You get a plan for your workspace so that you can work. You get 1 seat and 2 unhosted sites, right? And then so you can still get this, right? But then I wanted to custom code. You can add custom code and code export. Now, what I needed was I had to get a seat, and then I chose the at least the CMS because you get 2,000 items. I'm going to show you how you're going to bypass that. So don't get locked on this because you can bypass this 2,000 items thing. There's a way to do that. And 200 gigabytes of bandwidth. And I get 3 guest editors, right? But what I needed was not that plan. I wanted the e-commerce plan. So that starts at, you get everything that's over in this CMS plan. I think they tell you that. Best for da-da-da-da-da. Let me bill it monthly. So basically $50 a month. You get 500 items. There's a 2% transaction fee, and you get all the CMS plans features. Plus, custom shopping cart, the email customization, you get payments, PayPal support, all that other marketing, MailChimp, blah, 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 blah. But I wanted the e-commerce plan because then I would get access to being able to hook this up with the e-com side of things, which is the shopping button you see right here, right? So if you come down to the bottom of the page, you'll see they have memberships beta, right? Memberships beta. When I clicked on memberships beta, it says join the beta. Now, when you join the beta, you go to a type form and you'll say, let's go. Now, you'll fill all this stuff up. I can't go through everything because I'll be filling it again. But part of it is they're going to ask you your email that you've signed up with Webflow with. Make sure your email, make sure it's the same email you sign up to Webflow. And they're going to ask for your website, which will need to be active and live, right? So basically, it would need to have that attached to it. Once you do that, they give you access then to memberships. And memberships then give you this little icon right here, which is user accounts and user access groups. There's your ToxicHustle Pro. And now I can lock down entire areas or pages like ToxicHustle Pro's dashboard to the membership group. What's up, Culture Nubian? I've just been showing everybody, like I went through a lot of stuff. You'll probably have to check that out. I'm in the last bullet point, which is I'm in my ADD mode, just kind of like showing some of the little things that I'm doing, hustling, like little back end stuff that I'm doing, like how I'm creating the website for Toxic Hustle, what am I using, why I moved away from Bubble, because Sahu is having a problem with Bubble. And my problems with Bubble were the fact that if I added an image to the freaking page, it was skewing that ish. And I was tired of their UI and it was bugging me the hell out and it was annoying me. So screw that. Now, check this out. I haven't done this yet. I'm actually going to end up having to rebuild this. And I'm going to tell you why. I just got an announcement today from this company called, and I'm giving you shit live now. This is all the stuff that I'm going through like at the moment. There is a template. Hold on. There's, what is it called? Give me a second. Let me look at my email. Because I'm all over. Where are you? Where are you? Because you just announced. You just announced, man. Ah, there it is. Reloom. This company. Now I'm going to show y'all what I'm getting ready to build out, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to bypass, because I'm a hacker by nature. Hold on. I'm going to show you how I'm going to bypass this right now. Okay, so products. Let's go to price, right? Where's pricing? I think I left pricing. Now, I told you don't get gassed on the price when you're in here. The fact that there's only allowed 10,000 CMS items, period. Like you can't get more than 10,000 CMS items. And if you have a bigger site, that's a problem. There's a way to bypass that crap. I'm going to show you how in a bit. All right, so Reloom. First things first, I want to be able to design and design fast. I come from the world of WordPress. Now, WordPress has tens of thousands of templates, tens of thousands of plugins, so much functionality that it gets redunculous and pretty much can blow your freaking mind, right? But the problem is that it comes with its own problem. And that is the fact that, hold on, I'm trying to get my screen back up. There it is. Where's my other screen? Hello? Come again. Where is it? Is that you? No. Where are you? Where are you? Hold on one second, guys. There we go. And put you back. Okay, now I can see this. Yep, let's get this money. All right, so check this out. No. I'm going to show you how to bypass some shite. So, Webflow. Why do I like Webflow? I like Webflow, one, because of its designer. Its designer's pretty damn slick. Let me see if I can break this out so you can see something. Here we go. Let's break this out just a little bit, right? Because I want to be able to get back to that, but I don't want to keep hiding it and trying to go back and forth. It's annoying. Okay, so now if you look at this, right? If I want to design, well, shoot, I go in here, I drag a block, I can do all this stuff, right? Now they have this tool called Flowbase as an extension. Now check this out, y'all. I go to navigation. I basically can preview something, and if I like this, I can basically preview it. Oh, really? Hold on. Because you're being a dang, 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 dang. Dang, 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 dang. There we go. So, now I'm logged in. So let's hit refresh on this real quick. Right? Because now that we logged in, you should be able to see this crap. I want you to see, like, and this was like the first thing I found. This is how I got this design up. So you go over here and they give you, like, you hook this in, you add some code, and then you get access to these components, right? Then I can preview these components. Am I logged in? You better be logged in now, jackass. This is being a dick. Hold on. This is being an asshole, and I am getting annoyed. So I'm going to have to do this manually. Hold on. Because it's being an asshole. I've been on vacation, so I haven't been logged into nothing, and everything decided to log itself out. So let me log myself back in to this ish. Because it's being an asshole. Really? Really, dude? Really? Come on now. Stop playing with me. Log in. Do that. And then there we go. Give me this. Come here. Log in. Do this. Hold on, y'all. Just about logged in. Ah, thank you. Oh, thank you. Come on again. All right, here we go. Now hit refresh, and this should work. Damn, jackass. Jackass! Here we go. Here we go. Are you in now? Are we schmetty? Yeah, we schmetty. Let's go. All right. We schmetty wop. Let's go. Now. There we go. That looks different. So now, check this G shit right? So now, let's say down here, because we're just going to do this on the fly. Let's say I come in here, I have this container, and I want something below this container. So I'm just going to click below here, right? So that way we're off the beaten path. I'm going to come over here to this thing right here, and let's just say I want a different type of footer. I can now go in here, kind of look for a footer I want. This footer looks kind of cool. I can click that right there. Then I come right here. I don't have a footer on this page. Hit Control V. Well, looky, there's my footer. And now I can just go over here, and if I wanted some extra padding to this, I can say, hey, give me like, give me 100 from the top, right? And hey, man, you know what? I want this to, where is it? Ow. That's what's going on. I want 0 on this side, or just click the 0. Oh, wait, that's wrong. Control Z. Hey. That's padding. That's that. Inline block. How do I do you? I know I do you a certain way. I'm still learning this shit on the fly, yo. So you gotta excuse me, cause there's a way for me to stretch this all the way. I just cannot remember at the moment what the hell that is. Position, auto, relative, absolute, fixed, and sticky. Radius. That'll make it into a whatchamajiggy. Man, what's this? Flex. No. This. No. Control Z. Is it you? No. You? No. You? No. Justify. Space between. No. No. Don't wrap. I gotta remember how to do this. I know it's a footer, and I did it up here. But I can't remember how I'm supposed to take my section and actually stretch it the hell across. But regardless, I'll have to work that one out. But literally, I have a footer on my page that I didn't have before, right? So now, this, dope, right? Let's just delete this real quick. Save this back where it was. Now, I want to show you something else. There's a company called Reloom, which I'm now going to really look into. They have a Reloom library. And you're probably going to want me to try to charge me. And I'm going to tell you hell to the nah right now. Thank you. So what you can do is the same thing, right? You can copy and paste these blocks. So see all of these. You can now copy and paste them same way into. So let's go to libraries, right? Save to folders. You can save your own blocks, share them with clients. But the dopeness is, if you look at the components, browse all components. And I know you're going to ask me for some money again, and I'm going to tell you no. I guess that's, there we go. All right, so now look at this. You got nav bars, right? You've got footers. You've got header scenes and sections. No. I'm telling you no. I'll just scroll down so like this, right? So now you can take these pieces of code and bring them in. All of these layouts that you can now have access to build out storefronts and shopping systems, blog posts. Right? Here's a blog post. Number 2, blog post. Number 3, that could be a product page as well. And now I can copy and paste all of these things into the system and then just theme it the way I need to theme it. So I'm actually looking at this to be the actual structure for how I build out not only my sites, but client sites. Now, why is this important? I need speed to be able to design stuff like this, but I also want to be able to have control over it. Now, once you get your layout locked in place, there is a program called I don't know if it's Wizard or Wizard, whatever, but you can build applications basically with no code. This thing, once you have your template up, you can hook it into whatever you can have login and authentication. So instead of me using memberships, if I didn't want to use memberships, I could still use this to log in and authenticate. Then if I want to sell subscriptions, I can do that with this rather than using their package, right? Then I get full customization and I can build web applications, right? And then the price from it is not that expensive. If you look at pricing, it's 19, I guess that's pounds per project. And you can get up to 10 million monthly visits a month, unique visits. Unlimited database and API requests. So when I told you earlier about bypassing the CMS limit of 10,000, well, I can go on to something like this. Member Xano, and Xano gives you no record limit for up to 3 gigs of database storage. That's a lot of database storage. Euros. Thank you, RTP. Right? So now I can use this as my database. It creates APIs for me and does automation and does scripting and all this stuff. Like, it's low code, no code as well. So I can have the power of this running in the background as well as hooking into this. But remember, I also told you that I'm using N8N. N8N, one of its features, if you look at integrations, is the fact, hey, not features, integrations, damn yo, is HTTP. You can do an HTTP request. You can also hook, you can also do, if you look at triggers, trigger, and you do web hook, you can also do webhooks. So basically, you can treat this as, you can use N8N as your actual system of automation. Like I've always told y'all, I'm using this as basically my superpower because it interacts and connects with damn near everything. One of the things that it hooks into is Coda, you know, where I have all of my CDBaby data. It can actually log into here, insert things into here. It can take data from here and put it onto So if you want to know why I am looking at Webflow or why Webflow, trigger. If something happens, like a connection is created, do something. If it's deleted, do something. If this is the items. If it's an e-com inventory change, do something. If it's a new order change, do something. But they have APIs. So what I can do is I can actually have N8N. If we go from integrations and go into, just put Webflow. So you can have Webflow triggers, or you can control Webflow in general. So I can create things, delete things, get all and update things. Basically everything you need on an item level. And like I said, this connects with Coda. So if I search Coda, there it is. I can control, get a control, get controls. Those are the buttons I have. I can work with formulas. I can work with a table, or I can work with a view. This is a view. The data that puts that view is the table. So I can get anything from here, and or I can use anything here from, I can grab it from N8N, and then I can have N8N automatically control it and push it to Webflow. So Webflow is the one to use because of the integrations and level of customizations. I was using Squarespace as a web page. I mean, hold on. Q-U-A-R. Okay. You can't do this manually, Squarespace, right? But SQUARESPACEAPI. Because of HTTPS, boom. You have an inventory API, you have an orders API, you have a products API, you have a profiles API, you have a transactions API, and webhook subscriptions. So if you learn APIs, which I'm telling everyone, I took time to learn my damn self. I know, and I'm gonna try to put out as much as I can. Look, I'm kind of a developer, but I'm mostly a web hacker. I've been a web hacker my entire life. I hacked I hacked HTML by using Dreamweaver. That's how I got my job at Citibank, was using Dreamweaver. I used a piece of software to get me in the business. I hacked being a web developer when web design was going out of the window. I hacked being a web developer by using WordPress, right? And I used WordPress between the years of 2006-ish, 8-ish to today. I still use WordPress for clients. But the problem is WordPress does not work well as an app, which is what I was telling Johnny years ago. I was like, yo, I love to build apps, but you have to buy a big server and there's all this bottleneck from using WordPress. And another thing I want to get away from, WordPress security issues. In fact, all security issues. So I don't want to spin up a server. I don't want to have to deal with server issues and server security. I don't want to deal with none of that. I want to offload that to somebody else. So yes, I'm paying more money, but I give up time to do all the security. And I don't get paid for that, right? So if I'm doing something for a client, I either have to contract security work and pay and have them pay that in, or I need to figure something else out, which is what I'm doing now, which is I'm moving away from me having to do all the security and all that other stuff. And I'm focused on APIs because we're moving into a data-driven economy. Like that's what blockchain will be in the future. It ain't there yet, but it's data, right? It's a ledger. Basically, when we say ledger, we mean database. So we're talking about a decentralized database. Blockchain technology is a decentralized database that is way too damn expensive right now. So while it is cute and clamorous, it has no real use case. Not for me as a business, because if you're telling me that when your database gets hot, like during the halving cycle and the run-ups, look how expensive gas fees were on Ethereum, and Ethereum's the only thing that was really running applications. And yes, I can use Matic, and yes, I can use these other things, but they're side chains having lower liquidity and can be manipulated by somebody that's got $1 million. I don't need that smoke. What I want is a database. And right now, MySQL is a database. Postgres is a Postgres, whatever it's called, is a database. These things are open source, they're free. And if I want to, I can either spin one up or I can use something like Xano, which I believe is using Postgres, and I can get an API built out in a moment. Or I can use N8N and create my own type of interaction suite. And what N8N does is it gives you a visible way to, hey, if this happens, do this in a visual manner. Add it to my Google Sheets and post it, even though Google Sheets is a pain in the ass. But I can send an email. I can send an SMS message, right? Let me show you all the integrations. And the reason why I'm showing y'all this, why this is important, is when I needed a job and I felt that web design was over, I went to web development using a tool. And that tool became the standard. And what I look for is the standard. What's going to be the next thing? So I don't invest money in companies. I invest my time, spending time. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Last year, I quit working for my girl. 2019, I had to quit working for my girl doing our business. We were doing corporate pop-ups where we would pop up at a corporate location, a building, and we would serve food. It was in Atlanta area. And we would pop up and we'd from like 11:30 till about 1 something, we would serve food to like a business. So that could be like EY or Verizon or whatever company, right? or a company building. We could go into a building that has multiple companies, and we would be downstairs and be so instead of them using Sodexo, which is like the largest company that was doing like the kitchens and everything for this was like a company coming in to take that space. I wasn't making enough money doing that, and I wanted to, I wanted to be able to take care of my family, my girl, and everything else. I had to go look for a job. And while I didn't believe in web development anymore, I got a job as a web developer, and I was doing web development for Jay Morrison. I know, I know, but I needed a freaking job, and he was in Atlanta, and I started working with him. Now, I had a conversation with him, and I told him, I said, "Yo, straight up." And if y'all don't hold on, and for those of y'all that hold on, just so you don't think I'm like I'm bullshitting. Like I know half the time I know half the time, like, people skip, think I'm, like, bullshit when I say, like, "Hey, this is what I do, and this is what I was doing, blah, 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 blah." Let me, open up my profile. Where is my actual uh, 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 Is this the right account? I might not be in the right account. This might be my old rapping account. Hold on, let me see if this is it or not. No, this is the right account. Where's my, jobs? Alert, salary, skill assessors, resume builder. Me. View profile. There we go. This is not. Hold on. This might not even be me. Give me a second. Let me find my actual account. Then we'll get back into it. Sign out. And sign back in. Thank you. Come again. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Where is more? What the hell, man? I tell you, LinkedIn's gonna get their ass handed to them if they can't. Really, y'all? Hold on, this is bugging me out. Uh, no. Let's log in. Sign in with this and sign in. And notifications and minor. Okay, that looks like it might be right. Can you show me my profile? That'd be really nice. Can I see my resume? Like, that would be really, really nice. No, this is right. Okay, so then they just changed everything? Like, what did they become? A social network now? And then it's not even trying to deal with, like, your resume anymore? What the fudge? Oh, this is some bullshit. Your profile views. No profile views. But I can't even see my own profile. What the fuck is going on, yo? Activity, 0 followers. Work. My network. Let me see something. People. This can't be me. This can't be my account. Like, no, I have no connections. All right, now this definitely ain't me. Hold on. Sign out. Ah, this is ridiculous, man. No, another account. try this. Wow. This is wild to me that my everything that's dealing with my page is not being found. And that's crazy. This is what happens when you log out and you ain't logged back in forever. Then all of a sudden, you try logging back in and none of your shite is showing up. This don't make no sense whatsoever, because this can't be my account, because this isn't even my email anymore. That one. Skip this. Yep, this is my old-ish. Okay, yeah, this is my old-ish. And that can't be me. All right. This is me, but this is my old page. Right. So this is not my new stuff. Gotcha. So now log out again. Sorry, y'all. I apologize. But, you know, I'm trying to tell this story, but I don't want y'all thinking I'm lying and shit. But the damn thing isn't trying to let me log into my account. Sign in using another account. Let's try this account. And sign in. Skip. There we go. There we go. Found it. Damn. My apologies, y'all. Okay, here we go. So, just so you can see, if we go to my profile, and then here we go. See, web developer, business process automation, cloud service automation for J. Morrison Academy from 2019, October to April 2020 in Atlanta. Then I did Verima Technologies. I've been at Soulphonics. I've been at First Data. And then when I tell you about my experiences, like when I tell you that I've been at Canon, there we go, from 2010 to 2013, and from Citibank, right? So when I tell you where I come from and where I've been, when I said I left the bank right before the financial collapse because I saw some crazy ish happening. When I left in 2013 because I was like, web design, I'm going to go into UI. Then I actually went into UI. And then I said, well, they don't really need UI designers, but once an application, let me go back into web development again and started doing that. This is when I had my crisis of faith. I said in 2015, I was going to probably lose my job, and I lost my jobs, right? Because they didn't need a web developer anymore. And then, so here, I only stayed, you see how long I stayed. And that was right before you see what happened, 2020, Rona. So let's now have the story. Now, I was working, and one of the things that I was noticing was working with Morrison was, look, if you're just looking at what he does, he's a social media influencer. So what was he doing? He was on Facebook, a little bit of YouTube, but mostly Instagram and Twitter a little bit, right? So now he's broadcasting on multiple channels. So I was doing something for me and other clients, and I only went over there because I was like, look, here's somebody that's doing social media. I need to get into being able to write robots that work with social media. This was already kind of on my radar, N8N. And I was like, I think there's some things that I could do. Now, I did some migration for his content with robots. I did some automation for some of his systems with robots. And then as we were getting, it was around January 2019, I walked up to it and I was like, look, you're focused on the wrong thing. I think if you don't make a strategic pivot right now, you're going to be asked out because you want to keep talking about real estate. And I'm telling you right now, this virus that's coming is about to shut down everything. How did I know this? I was dating an epidemiologist. I dated one in the past, and an epidemiologist knows about infectious diseases. And so, me having been around her for so long, I picked up on things, what to research, how to research, and I saw that this wasn't going nowhere fast. And sure enough, it lasted for quite some time. We're still in this ish, but it's not as, where they're not locking down as bad. So I told him, if you keep concentrating on just this wealth management ish or this, I'm going to teach you how to do real estate ish, you're going to miss out when everything goes digital because that's still analog. And if you're still an analog player in a digital world, you're going to be F to the A. Fast forward, I left because I was like, you don't get it. Plus, he tried to lower my how much money I was making. I was like, this dude tried to cut my pockets while systematically wanted me to do more work for the dude. I was like, you must be out your rabbit ass mind. So I dipped, right? And I'm like, all right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna come up with this because I had to deal with my mom and her Alzheimer's at the time and start taking care of her. So I didn't have time for clients. So I had to figure out how to automate my business. I had to figure it out. This is what I figured out. Now, while I was working with him, I was looking at all these tools. And this, if you go and look, like Mendex, right? This program is a low-code platform, right? These people want, hold on, do they have the pricing? Did they tell you what pricing is now? Okay, now they're doing prices. This was like over $5,000, $7,000 a couple of years ago, y'all. Literally. And I was like, y'all out your rabbit ass mind. There's a couple other places. Like if you just put low code, no code. Right? And you just look up some of the results. These will be the top people that I called while I was working with them. IBM has something, Kiss Flow. I talked to them. I have the emails to prove it. Because I did it from my own personal email. Creatio, I talked to them. Mendex, I talked to them. Who else? Who's still here? Appian, OutSystems. I talked to all these people, and they were charging thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. The next phase is not websites. Web is dead. I'll say that again. The web is dead. We are moving into data bits, and those data bits just alerting a person of, like, basically you're interacting with people. Like, so now it's not a person going to the website to interact with you. It's you basically being a part of a person's life and interacting with them at bite-sized chunks. Again, APIs, data bits. So if the world is going into APIs and everything damn near has an API, everything has an API, and you can now interact with that, well, now your robot can now store that data wherever you need. And what you need is your own knowledge base. That is what Coda is for me. Coda is a way for me to store whatever data I want. Then I can create these views to be able to see the data. And this is proof of concept. Again, I told y'all, we're a media company. We're a R&D company disguised as a media/music company. That's what ToxicHustle is. And now I have my data. I can now store my data here and feed it wherever I want. So if I wanted to do a piece of content, take that content, have it generate a video, store the URL and the locations and everything that in my data here. And then if I want to now post it later, I can now create myself for myself a way to do that. The same way I created my own project tracker inside here. So this is like Monday.com on adrenaline. Because I can do the same thing Monday.com can do, but I can do way more. And I can have my projects and all this I set up. And all of this can now be fed to my machine. I can take this data and post it right to the website and let you know what's going on in real time. So for me, the reason why I like, why I even chose the places I was telling y'all about is because if let me hit load and hold on, let me hit load and let me hit load and let me hit load and let me hit load because y'all are annoying. Why didn't you just give me a load all, mother suckers? because you're just wasting my time. You're just wasting my time. Boom, 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 boom. Hold on, because I got to get all the way to W. That way you can see what I want to show y'all. I think that's everybody in the pool, right? Nope, load more. And then that'll be everybody in the pool. Okay, so I'm going to have this on the playback, no doubt. I appreciate you being around, Sahu. Oh, come on, did you really, after I clicked all that? Asshole. All right, here we go. Well, I'm just going to scroll. Ghost, that's a CMS. Gmail, Google Calendars, Google Docs. These are all the things you can control. You can extract HTML. You do an HTTP request, which connects you to everything that has APIs. This is a CRM or a customer relationship system. This is what some companies are using. MailChimp, so you can do your mailing. Microsoft products, Excel and all that. Monday.com. So if you have a client that has Monday.com, you can automate for them. MongoDB is a database that you can use. MySQL, again, you can get a cloud database and just hook directly into it through here. NoCoDB, you can is another thing you can use. Notion is just like it's like Coda, but like lesser because it doesn't have views and it doesn't have charts, shit like that. PayPal, so you can interact with PayPal and get your data out of that. There's that Postgres I was telling you, that's another database. You can push notifications. Reddit, you can get data from Reddit or you can post data to Reddit. Send email. SendGrid, that's another email. Shopify, so you can have triggers for Shopify. You got Slack. So look at all the stuff that you can control with one system. And if I have a database that now can interconnect to store all the info, Stripe, right? Can interconnect with this. Now, here we go. We're getting close now. Twitter. So now social media. And then Webflow. If you want to use WordPress, you still got WordPress and WooCommerce. That was another company I was looking into too. Workable, expensive. And then you can mess with YouTube. Right? So if you see all the things that you can now connect into, all the things that you can now work with, if I learn this one software and I learn how to manipulate the things that this software can do you not think that I could go get a job in the next few months? If I wanted a job in the next few months, do you not think I could put these things on my resume to be able to use it to get a job? Hold on. It's called process management, or so let's go to like, hold on. Let me go here. Let's actually job search. Let's job search this real fast. I just gotta sign in. Hold on. They're making me reset my password. All these damn password resets, man. What's up? Y'all all got hit with some shit. What's going on? What's going on? Hold on, waiting for the email to come in here. Come on, man. Slowing down the process. Really, oh. Come on now. There we go. Come on. Hurry up, Google. You're taking too long, man. Really, Google? Really? Really? Really, Google? We're just not gonna do this today. Everything just wants to be slow today, man. I am loading. I am waiting for it to load, and for some reason, it is taking forever. Hold on. I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Give me one moment. Wow. All right, we in. Hold on. Wait, that's not it. Right out. Nope. Ah, really, yo? Really, really, really? This is what we're doing today? Why do you hate me so? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to log the hell in, but it is just being a straight monkey nut today. Hey. All right. It doesn't seem like it wants to log me in today. So I got a trick for that ass. Hold on. I got something for it. I got something for you. The only reason I wanted to log in is because I hate my damn email showing up all the damn time. But all I gotta do is go incognito, and that'll solve all that ish right now. There you go. So let's say and let's go to, let's say, New York. Workflow automation. I need a better keyword. Hold on. Workflow automation. Workflow automation. That's going to be the keyword. Workflow automation. It is. Okay. QA, quality assurance analyst. So quality assurance will get you some industrial automation programmables. That's software engineer. Media workflow engineer for the media ingest delivery automation workflow tools such as blah 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 blah. And what if we just use? I like using the names of companies. So let's like use. Let's see if any jobs for N8N yet, like there was for WordPress. Has anybody figured it out? Nobody's figured it out yet that can be a business. All right, so let's look UI path. Ah, there we go. Robotic process automation. RPA is the keyword we're looking for. RPA. There we go. So there you go. This is what it's called. Took me a second, sorry. Let me pull back up my YouTube screen so I can see the chat. There we go. So this is for me, like I said, the last time I was web designer. I cut being a web designer. I went web developer, realized everybody's going to be a web developer. WordPress makes everybody a developer, and I'm going to be pretty much out of a job again. You don't need web developer on a consistent basis. Now, RPA, or a robotic process automator or automation, that is a new business. It's old, because it's always been there, but it's new because now this is the new segment of what landscape we're going into, right? We're going into an age where everything is automating out of existence. And I told y'all, hey, we're going into the automation age. What does that mean for me? I'm going to eat my own dog food. It means whatever's good for my dog, I should be able to eat it. So whatever good for my business, I should be able to use it. So I shouldn't be able to sell something to my client that I'm not willing to do myself. That's why most of the businesses failed that I work with, or most of the companies that I work with failed, is because they would write a piece of software and I'll be like, well, why don't we use it? Oh, we don't, it's for our customers. No, no, no. You should be able to use it yourself. And if you're not using it for yourself, your customers won't find a use for it either. Because you can't say, well, we use it and our business gives us a competitive edge in our business. Like I can be more of an asshole now because if my customers don't want to hear me or don't want to listen to me, I can be like, all right, step left. That's fine. You don't have to do it. Guess what? You'll be crushed. I'll still be doing this. Now, look at the price points because I always like y'all to see price point. Estimated, look at what they're paying a year. If you don't have a college degree, that means, don't you think you could be doing somewhere around $60,000, $70,000 a year? Yes, you can. You sure can. This is the next phase, y'all. Robotic process automation. Robotic process automation. RPA is software technology that makes it easy to build, deploy, and manage software robots that emulate human actions. How do you do that on a desktop? The company that was bought out by Microsoft, the company I used all the time, that got me my job at Citibank, was, hold on, I'm waiting for it to load. Hey, load, fucker. Thank you, come again. Here it's coming, it's loading up now. It is loading now. Give me a moment. And as soon as I can see the damn UI, I'll be able to drag it over for you to see it. Okay, this company